with my mic. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, I know I'm a little bit late, so I wanted to come on here, y'all, but bear with me because I need to get my chat. I gotta get my chats on the screen. Um, but we back. We back, y'all. I honestly didn't think we was gonna be here. And honestly, I don't know how long we gonna be here. Cause the way episode 2 was set up. Mm, mm, mm. So I'm like I'm using basically the same setup I did with All American Homecoming because I loved all of this so much, but I'm just trying to swap in all the All American stuff. So give me 2 seconds because I did not get a chance to do this. Alas, I miss Homecoming so bad, real bad. Okay, okay. Now I just gotta switch the photo, which I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it here. Hey y'all, y'all can hear me good? Cause I don't know, my mic was acting crazy. Don't worry, I'm switching out stuff. I'm switching out stuff. Let me go find this thing on poster for season 7. While we get all the housekeeping stuff. While I knock the dust off this thing, cause we ain't been here in months. Okay, we ain't been here in months. American, season 7. While I do that, y'all drop y'all's ratings, drop y'all's thoughts, drop whatever, drop your salutations, drop how you feeling, drop whatever. Honestly, in the chat. I need a clean season 7 poster, like bruh. No, no, no. And we're gonna get started very shortly. We're gonna get started. Where is the official poster? Like the clean one. This is stressing me out just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. But that one's focusing on Jordan. All these damn TikToks. No. I'm literally trying to let me take the homecoming poster down. I'm trying to switch it out, y'all. I'm trying, but I cannot find a clean poster for these folks to save my life. And I guess it's this one, but it's all this empty ass space in it. Whatever, Erica. You don't get to pick and choose and be choosy, honey. You get to take what they damn giving your ass. Okay. All right. Let me see. All right. Drop y'all's ratings. We are getting started very shortly. All right, this is season 7 poster. How y'all feeling? If I would have known that last week was going to be such a banger, I would have went live last week and probably skipped this week. But we here. All right. Oh, I need this to be a PNG. This is good because it's giving y'all time to come up in here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now I can put the poster. All right. Just some little tweakage. There we go. There we go. All right. Oh, I gotta switch the background on this one. Oh, I miss Homecoming so bad. Like just doing this setup is like reminded me of it and I miss it. Too bad. Okay. All right, I think I'm pretty much ready to go. I do have a breakdown, but it'll be up after. I thought I was gonna be able to get it up before this live, but alas, I wasn't. Um, properties don't loop. Okay. All right. Hey y'all, welcome in to the first live after show for this season of All American. Again, I did not know that we would be here, but alas, we're here. Honestly, last week I was supposed to go live and I was going to start doing like a compilation live. I'm watching a bunch of television shows and it was just like, okay, I'm not going to go live for every single show that I'm watching, but I do want to talk about them. Like, I know Harlem is on my spirit. So right after this live, I'm going to be going live to talk about Harlem, not only season 3 in the finale, but the entire show. So if you enjoyed Harlem, be sure to stick around and join me for that live stream. But I was going to combine them, so like the Family Business and All American and Harlem and Severance and like all of the things I'm watching, I was going to put it all together. But then the more I sat with it, the more I was like, no, this first episode, I do have a bunch that I could possibly talk about. Like, I have a lot to add and that I could actually say about this episode. So maybe I do need to reinstitute the All American Solo Lives. Maybe they actually deserve it. But then we get here. Give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Okay, my bad. I'm back. Yeah, so now I'm a little bit torn because we got one episode that I feel hit it out the park, and then we got this episode that I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do with it. But I'm here. I said, in worst case, I could just show up for my people. So that's what we're doing. That's where we are, honestly, right now. Let me see what y'all saying about these ratings for the episode. Hey Dominic, welcome in, boo. Welcome in. Um, mm, hey Eric. Hey Kimberly Felder. How are you, honey? You can mute right now, but you're listening. I appreciate it. Um, thank you, Dominic. Hey Kay. Hey Mac. How are you? Hey Lisa J Stocks, how are you, honey? Welcome in. Jada Not Famous. Oh, I've missed y'all. So many usernames I haven't seen since the last All American Live. So shout out to y'all. Hi, Synth. Mercedes, how are you? Valerie, how are you? Shout out to the members in the chat. Money Green Tay, thank you for being here, boo. And yes, y'all, hit that like button and like the live for me, pretty please. The chatter room, how are you, honey? Hey, Kofi, welcome in. Hey, Keish. Hey, the Lawrence Report. Okay, let me get into these ratings. So Dominic said you haven't seen the episode, but episode 1 was a solid 8.5. Okay, yes, let's rate episode 1 and episode 2. Because we're going to do both in this. Jada Not Famous gave tonight's episode, or last night's episode, an 8 out of 10. Kay gave it an 8 out of 10. You enjoying this season, to be honest. Okay. The chatter room gave it an 8. Hyacinth gave it a 7. You not liking Yassi's character? Yeah, I don't do the Waterhead Boys. Period. Valerie said an 8.5. A 4.5 for Olivia. Okay. Money Green Tay gave it an 8. Yasi needs to go. Yasi works my nerves. Yes. Kofi said, I didn't think we'd be here, but we here. Thank you, Kofi. I appreciate it. And you gave it an 8.5. Dominic said, tell us what happened to Azure quick. Oh, goodness. I've missed y'all so much. Any other ratings? Episode 1 was a 10 from the chatter room. Episode 1 was a 9 from Kofi. Happy New Year, everybody. Yeah, we're in the thick of the new year now. January seemed like it was just going so slow, but then February is getting in and getting out. But I ain't mad at it because I'm enjoying this Black History Month. Anybody else want to give ratings before we jump into our discussion? Because I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I would definitely give episode 1. Wow. I don't know. Since I've been doing live streams, I don't know if I've ever given an All-American episode a 9. Homecoming, I think I did. But All-American, I don't think I've ever given them a 9. And I would give the first episode a 9. Damn. I really enjoyed that episode. Wow. Surprise, surprise. This episode 2, I'm excited that y'all are all like putting up 8s, basically 8s and 9s, like, because I'm just like, maybe I didn't watch the same show. And for the members, I did put up a members only live. I was having a little bit of technical issues, so I'm also going to upload the recorded version, which is like no buffering, no issues or whatever, because it might have some issues because I literally live streamed that live reactions for the members only. So if you are a member, you can check that out. And you guys get to see exactly what my responses are upon watching the episode for the first time. Like, underwhelmed from this episode. We'll be putting it lightly, honestly. Kay said episode 1 was a 10. You actually rewatched it again. I rewatched episode 1 again too. And I would have never guessed that I would do that. Hey, Micah, welcome in, boo. Gave episode 1 a 9. The chatter room says I was a strong hater towards season 7. Me too. I was just expecting the worst. MJ 3009 said I'm gonna give this a 8. I love it. You invested in the separation from Cassius and Ava. Me too. But I'm gonna need Cassius to chill a little bit. Episode 1, you give it an 8. Episode 2, you give it a 6. Keish. Okay. Zaria. That's what that says. Says, episode 8, we're going to give it a 8. Episode 1, we're going to give it an 8. And episode 2, we're going to give a 7. Okay. The Sponsy storyline was pissing me off too. Jada Not Famous. We see each other. Because what do you... Kobe says, I got 4 black male characters to root for: Cassius, KJ, Khalil, and Jordan. I love that for me. What about Yasi? He need a home, Kofi. Why don't you take in that little wayward ass waterhead boy? We're gonna get into that, Jada Not Famous, because yes. NK wrote the first one, you think? I think so. She typically writes the premieres and the finales. Can we all agree that Khalil is going to carry the season on his back? Mac, baby, he is going to be the sole reason why I stick around. I'm not even going to hold you. That young man, he better have a nice ass vacation. The CW better be paying him nice. We don't acknowledge the waterhead boy. Micah gave episode 2 a 7. I'm done with the Billy Baker tributes. He wasn't that good of a man. No matter how much they want to try, this whole Liv and Layla, his best friends thing, is never gonna be. Listen, I even put on my live reactions, y'all, because I have to like coach myself when watching this to like, okay, Erica, some of this you need to forget what you know, and you need to release like your feelings of the past and like just take it for what it is. Just like let them have this and just try to approach it as new as possible. So there was so much of that coming up for me in watching this episode, because it's like I know things to be one way, and then y'all really, really want me to believe it to be another way, and I kind of need to believe you just to go along with what this is that y'all are actually telling me. But whether it's true or not, I just have to go along with it if I'm going to try to have like um a seamless experience with consuming this, right? And it's hard. Like it's just so hard. Let me do this real quick, y'all. Okay. Yeah, it's hard. Yasi deserves nothing. Janelle Hey Boo gave it a 6. Favorite character is definitely Khalil so far, and surprisingly, I like Tori. I don't even know where to begin, y'all. Cause like y'all, you said Tori, you said Olivia with the sponsor thing. There's so many things that I have such big feelings about. Like even the Tori thing, the the Tori thing. I just, should I start with like, well, where y'all think I should start? Y'all tell me. Where should I start? The Khalil actor I remember from Greenleaf. I never watched Greenleaf. I need to go back and watch it. Janelle gave episode 1 an 8 and episode 2 a 6. Y'all, episode 2 for me is like a 4. Maybe a 4.5. I was just so put off by, well, nobody even brought up the thing that pissed me off the most immediately in getting in the episode. Layla's pregnancy or pregnancy scare. I immediately wanted to cut the TV off. Like I immediately was like, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I just need to go ahead and tip one out. Immediately. What do you mean Layla's pregnant? What do you mean Layla think that she's pregnant? And what do you mean that she got to put all her hopes and dreams in a moment into Olivia, her so quote unquote best friend who was ducking and dodging her at every given point? Like, the PTSD is real as it pertains to them two in this relationship and us having to stand beside and watch Layla get cast aside countless times only to continuously prioritize Olivia Baker. So, like, did y'all really think this through when y'all put this on screen? Because it's giving you didn't think this through. It's given you don't remember those feelings that you put up for us or like you created for us when we had to watch these two struggle within their best friendship in their personal life choices. And then we decide that we are going to give the adultified child, right? Because that is Layla's persona. I don't give a damn if y'all agree with it or not. Her thing is she was the adultified child. The adultified child meaning she had to take care of herself, which means she had to mature quickly. She did not get to experience a childhood like a child should at the ages that she was at because she was fending for her goddamn selves when her mama passed and her daddy wanted to traipse around the world in his grief. We know this. The girl moves out of her house in the tail end of her high school years or college. I don't even remember when the hell it was. But moves out of her house into the quote unquote safe house so that she can reclaim a little bit of the childlike essence that she deserves in reference to not having to carry a whole household and fend for herself, but just be able to be. Only for y'all to have her fall in love with the quote unquote childhood crush, marry him quickly with a little bit of mental health stuff in between, arrive to the pinnacle of her career, quote unquote, and then basically settle in retirement, running her damn lounge after having done everything by age 23, and then you want to settle a baby on top of it? Is the girl ever going to be able to sit in any stage in life and just be? Is she ever going to be able to just be? I was immediately put off with, I'm like, if Layla is pregnant, I will not watch the rest of this goddamn season because y'all got to be lying to me. You have got to be kidding me. What the hell you mean? You have literally taken this girl to hell and back 6 times. And now we have to saddle her at 23 years old with a child when she's married to a child? the stress. Alexa, play Take Me Off. Period. What's y'all's thoughts on Layla and her story in this episode? Tori is the new Layla, and I hate that for her. I absolutely hate that for her. Jennifer said safe house question mark. That's what they called it. That's what they had said. Listen, she moved out of her home because she didn't feel safe. And then she moved into the Baker's home because what? That's supposed to be the safe house. I couldn't. That was immediately about to have me go ahead and check out from Khalil, check out from Amina. I could not go through this season with a Jordala baby immediately. That to me seems like the most preposterous thing that they could actually do. And we're still, like last episode where we get to see Layla struggling with like, oh, I made 25 under 25 and I've done this and I've done that. And I feel like all that angst so valid. It continues. It's not just a one episode thing. The girl is not even 25 yet. Her frontal lobe has not even fully formed yet. You are in your 20s. You are quite literally at the space and time where you're really supposed to be figuring out who the hell you are. Up until the point where she is in age, you think you know who you are. You think you are this person. You think that you do these things. You think that you like this. You think that you love that. You think all of these things. But it's in your 20s that you actually solidify those things. And married or not, a kid is not going to help her do that. Married already puts her in a position beholden to a goddamn partner, so she's now in a place of having to perform. Whether y'all want to hear it or not. A baby just adds on to the performance that she has to do. And this is the same character that we watch perform the entire first 4 seasons that we met her, even beyond, but to the degree of like, oh my God, so much so that it broke her. Even now, she's in a place of wanting to be a great wife, wanting to be a best, like, if Layla would have been pregnant, I don't think people really register how detrimental that could be to her, like to her personhood. And that's the part that like the dissonance that I experience in like trying to talk about it, because I'm going to get on here and it's like, oh my God, this is absolutely the worst thing, while everybody else is like, oh, Jordala baby, it's just so cute. I could only imagine what Twitter looked like last night. Like I could only imagine what the hell Twitter was giving last night. Preach E. Okay. You was just praying that she was pregnant. You was praying that she was pregnant, Jada? Oh, wasn't. Okay. It's Airbnb at this point. You had a feeling the pregnancy thing was going to be a thing for Olivia's character and not Layla. And I was like, okay, I don't really care about the relationship. Tell it like it is, Eric. Micah says, I think their whole point of giving her a fake pregnancy was to make her realize that she hasn't peaked yet, I guess, and she still has stuff that she wants to do. So I hear you, but would a pregnancy signify a peak? Because it quite literally would not be the best thing to happen to her, even though we're supposed to say that when people have babies. We're supposed to say that. Kobe says, I hear you, but I offered this. My mom was around Layla's age when she had me, with a career as a nurse, so it's not far-fetched, but I understand why you were not a fan. But hey, she not pregnant, a win. Right, but we're not talking about your mom. We're talking about Layla Keaton. And we're specifically talking about a Layla Keaton who had the circumstances that I just named. She has quite literally spent all of her childhood being an adult. What is the rush? What is the rush? And no shade or anything to your mom, but they are of a whole different generation where the conversations around birth control was completely different. The societal stigma or non-stigma on pregnancy, and like your mom's generation, my mom's generation are also the generation of doing things because this is what you're supposed to do. So you quite literally just are like reaffirming my point. Layla is a young lady of means, of ambition, of talent, and she quite literally does not have to have a baby right now. So why would she be having a baby right now? And now we are in a generation and a time where we actually have mothers talking about how hard motherhood is, talking about how some people actually regret it, talking about how they lose themselves, talking about all of the things that our parents never actually discuss. They might have had the feelings, but they didn't have the words. They might have had the thoughts, but they didn't have the safe space to actually communicate those things. So to excuse away like, well, my mom did it, and my mom did a lot of things that I chose not to do. Emphasis on chose. The decision to try to have Layla, or to at least present, because yes, you're right, she doesn't wind up pregnant, but the decision to potentially have her pregnant also speaks to that, the conversation around choice. Why would she choose to do this? This just, to me, further goes to invalidate the character that we were first introduced to and fell in love with. Layla Keaton is a figment of the Layla Keaton that we met, which is something that I have to make peace with, fine. But it's ridiculous. Twitter was a minefield last night. Y'all have fun with that. Because I would even argue this. Well, actually, I would not argue the same thing for the Olivia character. She pregnant, cool. I don't want to see it. I don't need to see Olivia Baker again, because we are going to see her again. Only because y'all already are going to have us see her again at the finale, fine. But I don't need to see not near stage of this goddamn pregnancy. At all. Similar things could be said to be true in reference to the points that I made about why Layla don't need to be pregnant right now. But Olivia is their golden goose, their fucking golden egg, and she's going to get whatever the hell she wants, and life just works out magically for her. She is quite literally the magical Negro, the magical biracial that is not subject to any of life's qualms and all of the things that pops up. She just is magically subverting things left and right. So her getting pregnant, do y'all thing. Do y'all thing. If anything, it just goes in line with Spencer not being able to just... Now he can devote his life to his baby. His wife and his baby. His life has not been his own since he fell in love with Olivia any goddamn way. Now it's going to be all of my life is my wife and my baby. Yay. Just don't put it on the screen. I don't give a damn about it. Y'all can put it on the CW YouTube channel, the CW TikTok. Y'all can work with some fans and get some edits going. Do y'all stuck fizzle. Just do not put it on the screen, because quiet as kept, to me, Olivia didn't add to this episode. If anything, her calling attention took away from the episode. The episode felt a little bit chaotic with all of the things going on. We have these very real stories developing with the new characters, but then you have the infusion of Olivia. Then you have Layla with this pregnancy scare. Very solid storytelling when it comes to Jordan Baker. But all of that jumbled together, it just feels very weird to navigate as a viewer for me. You can see that she was freaked out the second she found out, and she was trying to talk herself into it. But had she actually been pregnant, I don't think that she would have been happy fully. I don't think she would have either, or organically. However, I don't know as it pertains to the writers. I feel like the writers would have wrote her as happy because that's what Jordan would have wanted. I don't trust them with the Layla character. Did you ever realize Layla has never went to a party strictly to have fun on purpose? Prom don't count. She might have fallen back into a deep depression. If they were trying to tell a story, right? Because the Layla that we know, if she gets pregnant now, it is not just smooth sailing. It is not just, oh my God, this is great. Um, how do you feel about Olivia being pregnant, taking bias out of it? There is no actual fully taking bias out of it. And I don't actually care. I just don't want to see it. I won't care about Olivia being pregnant until they make me watch it, and then I'll be angry about it. But now I don't really care. I just said, thank God it's not Layla. I do hope we see Layla go back to producing, because I always love seeing her in that environment doing her own thing. It was a storyline that was focused on her and her alone. Yeah, I agree, Eric. I agree. They were upset over on Twitter. So Olivia and Jordalis were arguing about who got the story. I cannot. I cannot. Max says, don't worry, this is a Pretty Little Liars. They aren't going to give Layla to get preyed on by that dude. Child. I think that they would do anything to Layla at this point, so I don't put nothing past them. If Olivia was pregnant through the season, she would have been sent to every day, and everyone, even the students at Crenshaw. She take her ass back to New York. It's joy never knowing he was about to be a dad for me, and I love it. I love it. Love it. Exactly. They are like walking on thin ice when it comes to Jordan Baker and me, and I actually like him this season. So yeah, I need him to not know, not get excited, not none of those things, because his ass is not ready to be a damn daddy either. He's still trying to figure so much stuff out. They need time to figure so much stuff out. Like, please. Also, this is the first day it felt like the longest day ever. It did. They did do a mismatch in reference to like editing though. Like I picked up on it. The whole Coop thing. Coop sitting with that damn teacher all that time, and they were cutting in and out of those other scenes. They didn't manage the time correctly editing wise in the scene or in this episode. Read an interview where NK said that she wanted Layla to be pregnant, but the writers told her to make Olivia pregnant instead. Oh, NK. Jordan was freaked out when she mentioned taking care of babies. Yeah. Keith said the next episode need to show Layla getting the IUD. They need to show something. They need to show something. I need her to be actively taking precautions and just living. I really, I sat for so long. Again, if you remember and you watched the members only live reactions, you're going to see me sit for 20 minutes. Like, why are they rushing? They are rushing with every damn thing as it pertains to certain characters. And it's just it makes no damn sense to me at all. I want to finish talking about Olivia so then I can be done with it. Didn't need her in this episode, but okay, you're here. They kind of explained away her she had to be there for her sponsee, but I felt like even that was a stretch. Yes, her sponsee is a pop star or something like that, and required a little bit of discretion, which that could make sense because maybe she could fly to Olivia as well in New York. But the first thing I said is, how the hell she got a sponsee in LA and she live in New York? What? That makes no sense. But they tried to explain that away. Of course, we know that she is pregnant. She was also there for the dedication ceremony for Billy. I wasn't necessarily mad at dedicating the space at Beverly to Billy, because we're still within the first 2 years of his passing, and people are still grieving and dealing with that, and it made sense. It also gives Cassius something to continue to build this chip on his shoulder, which is fine. I don't know, I just feel like, I don't know, it felt very convenient. Maybe that's what I'm trying not to say, but am actually feeling. It felt kind of convenient. Yeah. And I really just did not enjoy Layla like feeling so dejected, begging Olivia to go with her or to spend time with her and to like be with her while she processes this news, only for Liv to like be ducking her. And like while she had valid reasons to be ducking her, cool, but given their backstory, it's just like no. So yes, that's all my thoughts on Olivia. I don't need to see her again the rest of the season. And I don't need to see the baby bump. And if that means I don't get to see Spencer, I'm fine with that as well. Yeah, I am fine with that as well. Because she doesn't add. She's not adding anything. She honestly just takes similar to her character. It is what it is. Okay, moving on. All right, Tori. We get the introduction to Tori, right? And I want to like her. I like her like initial presence. I like her like the vibe that she gives off. However, they to me went a little bit OD with like the trying to pinpoint and like um align certain things for the new people with the old stuff. So like the whole KJ and he can spot everybody in that influence group and this influencer group, and then Tori with the do me. They really kind of lost me with Tori. As soon as she said do me, I said you're not Layla Keaton, please. Please. And he is not Spencer James. You cute and all, but you are not Spencer James. It was just done better the original time. Y'all didn't remake it or re-energize it in any kind of new way. It just felt so trite and contrived of like, oh, we want y'all to like remember this, and y'all loved it in the first time it was said, so let's run it back. I absolutely hated it in this moment. It didn't even feel authentic to like these two characters bumping up against each other, and like now we have to see what happens. It felt really forced and weird. Like KJ doesn't come across like a very perceptive young man. Spencer did. Spencer came across like a man who watches everything, but that made sense because of where he came from. He always had to be looking over his shoulder, like what's going on, what's going down. KJ, no, but now all of a sudden you know that this is this influencer group and this influencer group. What does that even speak to about the person? Not a damn thing. And then, okay, Tori girl, you not a beauty girl, but you look beautiful and you got this goddamn selfie light and mirror and all that, and it's not a far damn stretch. So why are you super offended? How the hell was he supposed to know that she was a cheerleader? Like, I kind of want to go through this damn locker and be like, girl, is there some damn pom-poms in there? Because why was he supposed to guess correctly, specifically of you being a damn cheerleader? Where is that at? I don't know. So Tori kind of like, I wanted to like her, but the whole do me, you're not Layla. Stop it. And then as we go on, I'm not mad at her character. I guess I just don't get enough for me to care. I guess. I'm like processing and figuring it out, y'all, as I talk to y'all about it. Billy dies 4 years ago with the time jumps. It's enough. Y'all done seeing Billy Baker? I'm done too. Dominic says, you talking about Layla reminds me of my personal experience. Really an adulted child. Yes. And that's very real trauma. Very real trauma. Hey, Erica James. Welcome in, boo. Tori is just not Layla. And I want them to like the same way, right? Okay. The same way that Khalil is not Spencer and KJ is not Spencer, Tori is not Layla. Amina is not Olivia. Like, do we only have certain stories to work with? Like, you need to build these characters up to be their own. Yes, there could be familial things because they're coming up in similar circumstances, but to literally have them say certain other characters' words out of their mouths, no. Especially if it's not something that organically comes about, just no. She's a very cute girl. Gorgeous girls, gorgeous gowns. But I'm not invested. How about that? I'm not invested in the Tori character just yet. Like, her story is very. Oh, sorry, y'all. This is killing me right now. Um, her story of like her injury in chair is very endearing and interesting, but her as a character just right now, I'm not fully convinced and not invested. Eric says, I need them to stop trying to make these lazy comparisons. Let these characters be different. Let the characters be different. Exactly. You don't think her issue was really with KJ because he got it wrong? I think her mind, she's thinking, damn, was there something about her that doesn't come off as a cheerleader anymore, and got frustrated? I guess, but even that just felt forced. It felt a little forced. Thank you, Erica. Like the white boy on the football field who thought he was Asher. Little wannabe Asher. You don't have a Cody Christian steez, sir. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Mm-mm. Little wannabe Asher Adams was not it. This episode just has so much going on, y'all. In not the best of ways. Yeah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm sorry, sir. And all these children actually look like children. So at least y'all get that, right? Because people was complaining, oh, they don't look like kids. Daniel Ezra doesn't look like a child. These children look like children to me. They forgot about Coach Montez. She was a good coach. Janelle, Coach Montez went with Asher somewhere. Kofi will tell you. Okay, so we just talked about Tori. We just talked about Olivia. We just talked about Layla. Where are we going next? We see them in school and in school all the way. Well, seasons 1 and 2, we saw that. So we can pretty much guess that we're going to get them in class in this season and at least the next season. After that, all bets are off. Oh my goodness. All bets are off after that. You want to go to Yasi because you hate him? Because you remember when they acknowledged the cheerleaders, she went in the hallway to do some routines to see if she still had it. Yeah, I remember that. It just it didn't feel real. I don't know. It didn't feel authentic. Grayson. Kofi, you're going to have to keep reminding me. Hey, Truth, welcome in, honey. You're going to have to keep reminding me because until these characters actually matter, they don't matter. So, until further notice, this is Asher Wannabe. And her little hot-ass friend is going to be her little hot-ass friend. You want to talk about Coop's teacher? Well, Jada says she want to talk about Yasi first, so we're going to go there. What do we want to say about Yasi? I've been over the boy since episode 1. I'm done with him. I honestly just want I want y'all to let Khalil whoop his ass. Cause he needs it. Like, he quite literally needs it. People like that don't learn until they get their asses whooped. You don't learn until somebody punch you dead in the face and then you realize, oh, I can get my ass punched in the face. That is what Yassi's waterhead ass needs. He needs his ass whooped. And Khalil is right there primed and ready to give him the ass whooping that he's been asking for. I don't understand what the problem is. Why we gotta keep stopping him? Why do we gotta keep jumping on him? Why we gotta keep playing like Khalil is the problem when the problem is the waterhead boy that keep talking out his neck saying that he ain't got no business saying because he's insecure and his head is shaped like a goddamn milk gallon. I want them to give Khalil ass a break. Because had it been me, my foot would have been already broke in Yassi's ass. Because I'm tired. Captain Save a Dummy goes crazy. What do you mean Captain Save a Dummy? In front of everybody, he gonna say that? And all he did was throw a water bottle? Water Hit Boy needs his ass whooped, y'all. And yes, violence is not the answer until it is. Violence is not the answer until it is. I'm just saying. Khalil gonna get Yasi one of these days. I hope so, Nancy. I hope so. Yasi is incredible, incredible, annoying, and I can't take him seriously with that name. Like, what's his real name? What is your government name? Because you're not cool enough for anybody to be using your nickname. You think he's gonna lose the starting role, Micah, to Khalil? And then he probably either going to transfer to develop a deeper resentment for Khalil and Jordan. Okay. Bye. You know, Yasi gives me, and Antonio not in here, but Yasi gives me Cam. He gives me Cam back before Cam found his sense. He gives me Cam, but then they're doing the whole Spencer and Sean thing with him, but he got like the spirit of Cam, which is so much worse because we all know, or we learned, right, that Sean picked with Spencer specifically because he wanted the best for him. Sometimes it was a little jealousy things, but mostly because he wants the best for him. I don't believe that Yasi wants the best for Khalil. I don't believe that Yasi even believes in Khalil. I really believe that Yasi hates Khalil. Ultimately because he hates himself, but that's some whole other psycho stuff that we can get into another time. His self-hate is crazy. But yeah. Here, let me put this over here because I keep having to look off. It's the only fight I agree with. Instead of all the Jordan Spencer fights they forced on us. Yes, Keish. They actually need to write off Yasi or let Khalil whip his ass. That's it. It's real simple. It's real simple. Yasi giving Crenshaw version of Jordan, but Jordan was not a bully at first. Yeah, I don't really see the Crenshaw version of Jordan. Yeah, he give me Cam for sure. Not too much on our captain. I mean, Cam has definitely grown, right? Like, Cam is amazing now, but where he started is a lot where it looks a lot like where the hell Khalil currently is. How does Yasi's problematic ass have a spot on the football team, but it seems like the coach was upset about Khalil joining the team in the preview? Exactly. Like, is Yasi the damn coach's son? I need more understanding and like perspective on Yasi. Nancy, I said the same thing. I said the exact same thing. Yeah, so those are all my thoughts about Yasi. I can't stand him, couldn't stand him from the first episode. But I also don't like bullies. Like, I can't stand them. I believe that bullies should have their asses whooped. Because clearly you are begging for a lesson to be taught, and the only thing that you understand is belt the ass. So we can go ahead and oblige. At some point though, soon, like within the next 2 episodes, so by episode 4, they need to get to the point when it pertains to Yasi, and they need to explain why he hates Khalil so much. Because they have him just picking on him for no damn reason and being all entitled and all of this without actually giving us a why, a situation that happened, an inciting incident, anything. And it's making him very, very unlikable. And not that I think that they want us to like the characters, but at some point for us to stay invested, we have to give a shit to a certain extent. Like, we have to like something about the characters that are involved and taking up the most time. What's y'all's take on Coach Bobby? Y'all are all talking about he's Jordan's uncle. They're gonna spoon feed that though. Really, Nancy? You think that Amina and Khalil's relationship is giving Coop and Sean? Child, well, y'all ain't gonna like my breakdown. You are not gonna like my breakdown if that's what y'all think, cause baby, the ship has already sailed for me. Maybe Khalil's dad did something to Yassi's family, but Yassi seems like he's not like affiliated or anything. But maybe, right? Because he is feeling bold enough to do something to keep taking digs at Khalil, knowing that he's affiliated. And I feel like the only people who would do that are other affiliated people. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, my whole section about Khalil and Amina. I don't know. I mean, y'all gonna tell me in the comment section how y'all feel about it, but it definitely ain't giving that. All right, moving on. We want to go to Khalil. I love Khalil. I'm only here for Khalil. Quite literally. If Khalil wasn't here, I wouldn't be here either. He's the only character, and this is not trying to have no shade to Amina, because, you know, there's something to be said about her. But she doesn't have much conflict yet in reference to, like, giving us something to root for specifically with her. And Khalil is quite literally the only reason to tune in. He the only thing that's got like this story that's grounded in something that is just so real. Um I really enjoy watching him process his confliction internally. Um and like the performance, I think the actor does a really great job of performing the duality of like needed to be hard and like needed to be cool. Well, not cool, needed to be hard and live up to like who his dad was, who we get a little bit of glimpse of that because Preach talks about it to Jordan in this episode, right? um and all that he comes from, but then still being himself and having a good enough grasp on himself, and like the little beats of like watching the real Khalil peek through, but then he has to really wear this armor. He has to like lean into his defense mechanisms often because there's nobody there to protect him. There's nobody coming to save him, and he knows that. And there's something just so real about watching that play out. I think that's also the same thing that we became endeared with when it comes to Spencer, so that when people do show up to save him, when they do show up to support him, it's like, hell yeah, like this one deserves. So when we see Amina like, oh, I'm coming to check on you, and oh, I want to make sure you don't do this and you don't do that, it's like, yes, like it all is really just great energy pushing towards Khalil, and it gets you really invested and keeps you invested in Khalil. And again, it's no shade to the other characters, but to me, his story right now is the only one with real meat and potatoes on it. The one that will be coming up next would probably be Jordan on this coach's journey. But because it's Jordan, it's so hard to take so much of what he does seriously. So I'm finding myself as I'm watching like, oh wait, oh you mean that? Oh, okay. Like I've been watching a lot of the Jordan scenes like that, and it doesn't hit me until after. Versus Khalil, you really believe what the hell you see immediately because this character wears a lot of his emotions on his sleeve. This character is so raw, but yet so closed off. Like it's just interesting. Truthfully, let me see what y'all saying about Khalil. Nancy says, yes, it's acting the chef's kiss. Also, this is random, but why Khalil and Amina hanging out at the place in Beverly? That's the first thing I said. I said, what the hell is Khalil doing here? Khalil ran out of school and ran to Beverly Hills? Like, do y'all think that we're not paying attention? Writers, don't piss me off. Golly. Yes, he is Lauren. Lawrence, sorry. That's how you feel about KJ? Angela, really? We haven't really cracked KJ enough yet for him to I don't feel like he's at the same place that Khalil is yet. I think that there's potential, but no. Khalil has a straightforward story that other characters lack at the moment. Although I'm already sick of his I wanna quit. Oh, that's hilarious. Kobe says I'm rooting for Khalil. His story is given if Sean got a second chance to live and make a better life. I'm surprised he played QB. I thought he was a defensive back or wide receiver. All these kids are skinny. So I didn't wide receiver, yes, and quarterback. Because other than that, you have no weight on you, baby. I don't believe that you're doing anything else. You have no weight on you. And I don't even watch football like that. But you have no weight on you. Him taking Amina cup out her hand in episode 1 of his little smirk. She was talking back to him. Yeah, the actor's doing a great job. I said, listen here, Amina. He smacked that cup out that girl's hand. You don't drink. I know that's right. I know that's motherfucking right. Yeah, so y'all talking about Coop and Sean when it comes to Amina and Khalil. That ain't what I'm seeing. That is not what I'm seeing. They love that cafe and Layla's. They are really forcing Layla's on us. And the way y'all really got us to root by way of like attaching it to Layla, to root for a person who is not of the community, buying a property in the community and changing it from a damn coffee shop and hangout for kids to a lounge that serves alcohol. Bless their hearts. Oh, the first episode drew you into KJ. Yeah, watching the separation conversation really piqued my interest about KJ, but I still need him. He still feels very surface. Like even in this episode, right? Like he arrives at the understanding at the end of the episode of like, oh, I was just acting like I was at my back with my old team and doing what I would do there, but I need to release that and do something new so that I can become something new. So cool, you realize that, but like even the act of performing this thing that doesn't quite fit and wouldn't quite work in this environment, but still commit into it, again, feels very surface. So like while KJ seemed very interesting last episode and watching his parents break the news to him in that way and him having that emotional response, all of that felt like, okay, cool. This episode with the fumble with Tori, the like texting Amina and then specifically texting her to save you. Sir, she lives and goes to school way across anyway. It's like he has these like expectations and he feels very, very entitled, and I struggle with characters that are entitled. Hey, Kennedy. Not Kennedy. Hey, Kenny. Welcome in. Khalil is the new Spencer in terms of likable character to root for. And I think Jordan and Khalil are going to be tied together this whole season. Probably. And hopefully Khalil was the one who's going to give Jordan the character development that Spencer could not, because they refused to let Jordan suffer the consequences of his actions. Khalil's going to Beverly. Seems like a safe space for him. If he hangs on Crenshaw, he has to watch his back. Only with Yasi, Keish. Yeah, I like that. I like Khalil being a personification of what could have been for Sean. I ain't mad at that. These artists to be having amnesia. I remember Khalil and Dion having beef because he said that Dion quit on him on a football field, and Jordan was there for that fight. I didn't even remember that, but now I do. Now I do. You ain't wrong. Y'all, I did not remember that, but at least y'all are like making me not feel as bad, because I swear I be like, damn, I feel so hypercritical sometimes. But no, like, no, just no. But they had to give Jordan his moment of like, come play for me. which is the only throwback line jacking that I will actually accept, because um it actually felt believable in this moment from Jordan and speaking to Khalil and wanting him to get on the team. Hey Kendra, welcome in, boo. Hey Brittany. Child, it just came back last week. And they don't do a great job of promoting it, so there's that. Um Y'all got so many comments. I think I need to open the Discord because I cannot read all this. I'm trying to keep up with it, but let me see. Let me open the Discord up. The Discord is open, so if y'all want to sound off, you can. I'm still trying to read some of these comments. KJ needs his solid storyline right now. He's just giving Pretty Boy from Oakland. Right. And his parents are going through a separation, about to be a divorce, which is a very real thing. Nobody's slighting him and his feelings about that. But Cassius is carrying all that weight on his back. So it's like, y'all better give KJ something, because his daddy is more mad as he probably should be, but he don't even have space for us to process or have KJ really grieve, which KJ feels like he's more, I guess, as a response to the pending divorce, like trying to fake normalcy. But then he also had this moment where, like, I don't want your damn pancakes. You can only make home in a house. Like, and I'm just like, sir, I don't know. Right now from KJ, I'm just getting entitled pretty boy, who could have some deeper feelings, but I'm not too sure. He don't feel like stable ground. Um. Oh my goodness. What is going on? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get this thing on Discord link. It's not trying to give me the damn link. Y'all, okay. Thank you, Dominic, because listen. I could not get this link. I don't know why it wasn't showing for me. It just kept copy and pasting hidden. Dominic posted the Discord link in the chat. Yes, it works. Oh wait, you did it for the text channel. You gotta do it. Here you go. You gotta do it for the voice channel. Okay. Discord is open. Link is in the description box if you would like to call in. Oh, Dion. I knew there was another character last season that was missing this season. Oh yeah, he's gone. He moved to San Antonio with his sister. Um, of course, Vanessa. Of course, cause they got a real writers' room. Um, hey
Eric, you
JB
still
and
here?
Mike. Yes, I can hear you.
All right, okay. I'll send you a few times.
Hey Naya. Welcome in, Naya. Hey Diva, how are you, honey? Angela says that KJ being like I'm ready to go home, let's go after having a gun pulled in his face was stand worthy. Yes. Yes. I like that he was ready to head out instead of trying to join some gang or some bad boy crew, and retaliate. Cause that's not him. Yes, like I said, I enjoyed KJ more in the first episode than I did in this episode. He kind of felt like he was floating this episode, and they really didn't build upon that good momentum that they had with him. KJ's life is perfect for the most part. He seems perfect, but that's almost too good to be true. So there has to be something. It does have to be something, Micah. They just got to get to it. They just got to get to it. Dominic, did you want to add anything? You didn't watch the episode yet, did you?
Well, not really, no, but I saw the first episode and I saw Twitter rejoicing Olivia got pregnant. Like, wow, congrats, I guess. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first episode. I think I saw like the first 5 minutes of the episode, which is when he told his father, you can make home in a house or that. But I
Mm,
didn't see this whole episode, and I know, but the comment that you made this say that Olivia took like majority of what was happening, so that if probably if he didn't come, you know, um, maybe we have got more to make this score your rating go from what up to 6 or something. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first. I could talk about the first episode. Really enjoyed the first episode. I really was taken aback by what they introduced, and I really hope they stay on the right track. You know what, writers come in the live team here what we had to say, so these mistakes won't repeat itself. But when I did see Olivia in the promo for episode 2, I was like, oh, okay. But I felt like she really did. If I didn't see the episode, I felt like she did take story away from episode 2, and that's my thoughts without seeing the
mm,
full of episode 2 yet. That's
gotcha.
basically it.
Gotcha. I haven't seen the preview yet, y'all. Naya says I have so many conflicting thoughts about this episode. Listen, I already said it in the group chat. I was so close to turning this damn thing off. Um, Jada Not Famous says, I agree. Agreed. The only thing they have said for Amina is that we know about her is that she's looking for a job and her mother. That's the only story that we have right now besides Khalil. But even that, like, y'all better not have brought up Mo to just bring her up and then drop it because I need to know how this girl feels. This girl is calling Auntie Coop, Auntie Coop. She's been a designated driver for Auntie Coop, Auntie Coop. And your daddy is the reason why you don't have no mama. How you feel
Mm-hmm.
about that? Like y'all gonna have to give Miss Girl something.
Something to
Yes,
do.
her trying to save Khalil
Mm-hmm.
was going to do a little something, something, but she's trying to save Khalil because she low key love him and not love him like Coop loves Sean, y'all. I'm gonna need y'all to wake that up, but I ain't trying to do too much. Um, but she gonna have to get something else.
Kofi,
It's
Kofi,
giving me whiplash. Do I stay or do I go? Yes, like I felt the same. Kofi, I'm trying to break you in, but it keep moving.
Kofi, everything okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, how are
Yeah, we can.
you?
I
Happy
am
New Year, buddy.
good. How are you? Happy New Year. Appreciate it. I didn't think we would be back here, but here we are.
I'm just as
uh,
surprised. Trust.
okay. Let me see. So I gave both episodes. I gave the first episode a 9, this one an 8.5. I don't know, like you, yeah, Eric, I agree. This episode kind of dragged for me. I'm not saying it wasn't good, but did it just feel a little bit long, like it was like lollygagging around, or am I the only one that feels that way?
It felt all over the place for me. I felt like it was
Yeah.
too much going
Mm,
on, which doesn't necessarily mean it was fast paced. Um, so yeah, maybe I was struggling when I on
yeah.
my first watch. Like I was having like internet issues, so I was kind of chalking up to like feeling that the whole episode was taking so long to that. But maybe the episode really did drag on, and they tried to stuff it with as much stuff as possible, and they really didn't need to.
Yeah. But going to your previous comment about Amina and her feelings about her mom, yeah, I need them to like dive more into that because I feel like I don't know if she knows the extent of what happened to her mom. Because
Right,
all I remember from I think what was it, season 4 or season 5, is that Coop told her that she shot her mom, but she doesn't know the truth that her mom tried to kill Coop and Preach killed her mom. So it's like, how is that going to go when the truth comes out? You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to see that story. That's something that I'm very interested in. And frankly, I'm not surprised that she likes Khalil because she grew up with a gangster for a daddy. So are we really that surprised that she would, leans towards some of those type of dudes? I mean, come
but
on.
I mean,
So
I would
it's
say, but I am well, not surprised because I don't know Amina honestly, so I can't be surprised either way because I don't know this little girl. I just know of her,
yeah,
but the preach that she knows is not actually a gangster. The like even the mom that she knew is not actually a gangster because she grew up in Philly, right? Where Mo was like
right.
running from that. So I think that she's not necessarily attracted to the gangster that is Khalil. I think that she's attracted to his authenticity, his very, very pure heart. Like he gives a damn. And a seed or a generation of kids who are like fighting to prove that they care less. Who can be the most nonchalant? That is not Khalil. I think that that could be very attractive to a young girl in her position. So
Mm.
yeah.
So she has no idea about Preach's gang affiliations in the past. Preach never
I didn't
told
say
him
that. I
about
just said that
her
she
past.
doesn't know it to the extent of like to build up something to be desired for, right? Like I grew up in the hood. I
Oh,
grew
okay.
around dope boys. I was very much so attracted to dope boys, but that's because I would be walking to school and see niggas on the corner and they like are fresh and like, but I would see that every single day. I'm saying that she didn't have that to be able to start to fetishize the persona of gangster. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I would really like that if they're gonna do a storyline for her, I would really like them to explore it because it just seemed like she got she hasn't made peace with her mother's passing. You know what I mean? And I need them to dive deep into that a little bit because you can't open that door and then decide to close it. Like, how's she gonna feel once if the truth ever comes about the real circumstances, and how would she navigate that? Because she loves Coop and she loves her dad, so she finds out like the real like how is that gonna go? How do you even tell this little girl about that? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's kind of what I want to see. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, the episode didn't annoy me. I think episode 3 is gonna hit a
None
little
of the
bit better because
episodes
we're gonna
ever
actually
annoy
get.
you, Kofi.
Oh, hold on, no, 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 no. I'm saying like, I liked the first episode better than this one. That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
I
the first
rated it high
episode.
still. Yeah, the first episode was dope. This one was okay. I'm like, it was good, just not to the extent of the first one. You know what I mean?
Do y'all think
So,
that, and this is a question for everybody, so in the chat as well, and I'm also putting up a poll for y'all to vote on. But do y'all think that they went where they went in episode 2 with the bringing back Olivia and the tribute to Billy and then the using of the dialogue from previous seasons? Do you think that they were not sure if season or episode 1 was going to go over well, so they decided to try to lean on the nostalgias and the beats of the things that we knew because they're afraid that we weren't going to be sold with the first episode?
you know what? Actually, I buy that because, you know, like most people, I came into season 7 saying, okay, what are we going to do here? Because we've lost a significant amount of characters from the previous 6 seasons. So where is the story going to go? So maybe they just did it for, nostalgia purposes to say, hey, we're still all Americans, so to speak, even though we mix some old characters with some of these new kids. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
maybe, yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Feel free to add
I
your
agree. I
thoughts in the
agree as
comment
well.
section, and if you want to sound off or you want to call in, you can do so by joining the Discord. The link, I should have pinned that, huh? Let me pin it. Go ahead, Dominic. Sorry.
No, I agree as well. I felt that, especially with Olivia, well, I can't say with 100% certainty if this was the case, but, when you check the Instagram reels or you check the posts for the new season, people weren't very interested in, like, why is the new cast, we don't, not interested in that, da, 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 da. So I think they, relied on Olivia first place so that they have something else to talk to. And I really hope that they don't bring her into the entire like rest of the season because as I said before, even though I didn't see episode 7, I mean episode sorry, not episode 7, episode 2, the way how you spoke that she dragged on, like if she wasn't there, I could have only imagined like what the story would have unfolded if her
Mm.
character wasn't there and if the whole pregnancy wasn't there. So I feel like it's like crap. We have to press the red button, because that's all they were talking about until the pregnancy. This is what they wanted. Da, 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 da. So I'm not too sure. So the first episode was really good. The second episode, based on what Ola saying, yeah, that feels a little too high on. It was okay. It wasn't. It was alright. But we will see how with the next episode. I'm really excited for Jordan. I'm really excited for Khalil. Jordan is not getting on your nerves, Erica. We thank the Lord for that. We praise him.
Hmm. I don't think we've ever seen a day that people were not annoyed with Jordan Baker, and I've been fine. And
Listen,
I
I'm
remember
listen.
not
lies
this
and
season.
lies.
This season, I'm like, okay, Jordan, I'm picking up what you putting down.
I mean, yeah, I mean, just considering the Jordan we were presented to from the first time he appeared to our screen till now, I never thought I'd see the day. Never, ever, ever, ever. So, but honestly, another thing that is annoying me is that all the people in the comments for the IG page and the reel saying that they weren't that excited about this new season. Look, if you don't like it, why are you commenting? Then don't watch the show. Leave it to the
Kofi,
people that want to
Exactly.
you
watch.
also
I
will
mean,
be
I don't.
talking to me, babe, because I was quite literally that person as well. I mean, I'm not going over there and
Well,
commenting
see,
that, but that's just
because you're my girl and you made your position clear. Like you cool. Like I got no problem if you say that, but the other people is where I'm like, "Ugh, just go away.
yeah.
Like if you don't want to watch, then don't watch. So, but you know what? I think I'm genuinely surprised how good the first episode was. So it's giving me hope that maybe, just maybe, they can catch lightning in a bottle again from the first 2 seasons, which are God tier, like S tier. That was when the show was at its peak. So I'm hoping maybe they can. I'm not saying they're gonna get it exactly like that, but something close to that where you keep me intrigued.
Episode 1 made
That's
me
all I'll
Yeah.
say.
believe that they could do something similar. It wouldn't necessarily be the exact same thing, but they were capable of doing something to get people reinvested. This episode is making me question me even thinking that because of how they tried to force it with certain dialogue choices, with the aligning of certain characters. Like there starting off this episode, like again in my live reactions, one of the first things I say is like, this is so much exposition. It just became very, very exposition heavy. You're a great coach, Dad. You're phenomenal. Let us see if Cassius is actually a great coach. Like KJ telling us 3 minutes into the episode after he just denied these damn pancakes that you just made in this extended stay motel that y'all asses is in, told us one thing, only for you to now see that your dad's morale is down and oh my god, you're the most amazing coach that ever happened. You saying that does absolutely nothing for your character, does absolutely nothing for his character, because we have yet to figure out if we can actually believe you yet.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
When we
That's
get
fair.
to even maybe I think what I'm struggling with the Tori character is like everybody had to tell us, oh, like Amina, everybody knows who Tori is. How the hell would we know that? She wasn't seeded previously in other seasons. Like, she's this great cheerleader. What high schoolers from other high schools know certain cheerleaders? Like, are y'all saying that this is Bring It On? Like, I'm just not understanding. Like, they needed to, going back to my original point of like, it feels like they're forcing a bunch of things. Stop explaining things to me and show. Like, allow for the thing to evolve and develop in front of our eyes versus having to hear it and then force ourselves to believe it based off of what you are showing us. Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of struggling because yes, Coach Cassius goes on to give that damn speech, which then he apologized for later. But I was like, yes, this is Cassius City. They do what the hell you say. But I'm also coming from a place of like, I've been a student athlete in high school. I've been a student athlete in college and in grad school. And that's exactly what the hell it's like. You step onto this field, you step onto this court. This is the coach's arena. Your parents don't get to say your boyfriend don't get to say your girlfriend don't get to say like, you're here to do what you were told and to be excellent. So like those are the things that like, okay, maybe Cassius does know what he's talking about. I'm like getting all riled up because he getting in their asses and these little boys over here taking Snapchat pictures to begin with. So okay, cool. But then you go back and then you have him apologize for the way he came at you. What?
No.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I get that. Yeah, I kind of like that. I still think we're gonna get beats of that from him, but also I don't know. I wish he wouldn't have thrown it back, but then again, it doesn't make sense. But I do think I did see this. Like, it feels like Beverly's now the underdog, while Crenshaw is the team that is like top of the top. You know what I mean? And it's a flip from when we watched it in the earlier seasons because it seemed like Beverly, but when we watched it, I know Coach was struggling to get wins, but that was seemed more as the prestigious program while Crenshaw was the up and coming program. So it feels like they've flipped the dichotomy. Am I the only one that caught that
No,
parallel
they did, but
that shift?
the T though, Kofi, which is creating at least a little bit of dissonance for me. And y'all tell me how y'all are feeling about it. Hold on, because I just realized we crossed over and I'm gonna have to push my other live back.
Or
Um,
Holly, the Harlem Life.
yeah. Um, the dissonance for me comes up, Kofi, when I don't have a problem with I don't have a problem with Beverly being the underdogs, but y'all look like y'all supposed to be the underdogs. The T with Crenshaw was like they were the underdogs, but they had that fire. They actually had hymns on their squad. You got fake ass Ashers Snapchatting it up and don't even want to start to warm up and actually meet the new QB1 halfway because he's the coach's son. Y'all are giving y'all in last place, but y'all should be there because y'all a bunch of clowns in some football
Mm.
uniforms. So I can't even get behind the whole y'all the underdog feeling because y'all look like y'all should be. Y'all look like the losers that y'all are. You look like you should be forgotten
Did
about at
we?
a goddamn
Mm.
on presentation about athletics because y'all are unserious and nobody takes y'all serious.
Did you buy? Did you think you needed the exposition from Coach or Principal Landon that the seniors were gone, so they didn't expect them to be a good team this year? Was that explanation needed,
That
or
didn't
would you
feel
have
like
liked
exposition
them
to
to
me.
explain?
That felt like setup. And that tracks for
Okay,
like some shit that Landon would say. Like he said that before, but he said the reverse to Billy. So basically, all of that was just to say we're not expecting much of nothing from you. That ship has sailed, and us putting all of our whatever behind. And honestly, some of that could have also come from losing Coach Mrs. Montez and like the struggle that came with like
yeah, sure,
integrating her,
yeah.
and then Billy dying. Like there's a lot of notoriety around that team. Like honestly, for probably like the next 5 or 10 years, that team is going to have money simply off of Billy name, and they just dedicated a portion of their athletic facilities to it. So like the pull of that, right? And like Billy being the one to make Spencer James, and like Spencer then did all this stuff down at Crenshaw. So like there could also be the rich people just competing of like, well, they got facilities, so honestly, they're in a position now where they don't even have to win to get what they were before it was like when Billy was coaching, the boosters was on them because they didn't want to keep giving money to a losing ass team. They wanted something for that. But now the boosters have more reasons to give money, so it's not even like they have to win. Does it make sense?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
Yeah, that
makes
makes
sense.
sense. That makes sense.
That's
Well,
But
we'll see.
to me,
We'll
like, I don't
see.
know, like the men in the chat, y'all are the ones who watch the damn football of it all. The freaking Beverly team seems like losers, little ass losers.
Uh, they can't catch, so I feel like this is going to be an adjustment for KJ and Cash as well. I think over in Crenshaw, they're expected to repeat as state champions. So I think we're about to see them, continue to progress and push themselves. So that'll be an interesting dynamic, considering that I feel like Crenshaw is more talented, even though we don't like Yasi. I mean, they did tell us that he threw 4 touchdowns against the team that they're about to play upcoming. So, and if Khalil's as nice as Preach said he was, we might have something there on that Crenshaw team. Meanwhile, the Beverly team,
Are
Cassius
losers.
or KJ's like the right, and KJ's like the only
And
bright
honestly, I
star, so
wouldn't
it's
even
going
call
to
the
be
Beverly
more
team
of a
underdogs because I feel like you have to have a certain level of talent to be underdogs. Everybody can't be an underdog.
okay. Fine, that's fair. Look, I just
Y'all are
know
just
that
the
it's going to
losers.
be a struggle.
Let's
All
go
right,
see what
fine,
Long Beach
but
High
we just
doing.
know that.
I feel like Long Beach High are probably the
Yeah,
underdogs in this division because Beverly ain't it.
yeah. Well, I think they're going. We'll see. We'll see what episode 3 brings because that's supposed to be the football episode. So I'm happy. So we'll see what
Yeah,
what it gives.
that's
Yeah.
to harp on Kofi's point, Eric, I think that's a good point. Like, that Beverly might be the good team, and the father made a comment in the episode saying that he has a lot of pressure to make this team be successful. So maybe that will put the strain on the father-son relationship that they have, and maybe that will give the meat to KJ's story that they're looking for. Because you're not
But it
interested
didn't.
besides
It
the
didn't
divorce
seem like
thing.
KJ was struggling. KJ was making passes that them little niggas wasn't catching.
True,
KJ
true,
already
true.
know the
Look, I
program.
don't ever. I mean, it's a bunch of white boys. You don't see that many brothers on the team, so there's that.
Well, I didn't mean.
I'm not trying to.
I meant that as males, not as actual
Bro,
uh skin
yeah,
folk.
I know you. I know you meant that, but I'm saying that as a viewer. Like, oh, you got to get some skill position players, bro. Like for real. Can we get somebody who can catch for real?
Hey,
Like,
Kenny,
I
welcome in,
mean,
boo.
Hey, I'm just jumping in late because I didn't even know you were having a live.
Child, I don't even know why I'm here at this point. They got me hyped with episode 1 only to get let down. So we're here, but
Yes, when I saw you watch episode 1, I was like, should I watch this? And I was actually very much impressed, but we've gone downhill once again.
and
Uh,
look at it. It's the
screw
moment that
episode,
they bring
guys.
Olivia Baker's ass right back on screen, and now all of a sudden we set asunder. Surprise,
Y'all gotta
surprise.
let Olivia go, bro. Like, she's not gonna be a regular anymore. We just gotta let that go, bro.
And
Like,
she
seriously.
she taking
All
story.
right.
She taking a story. You need to tell them
Kofi, you
episode.
might
She
want to
taking a
tell the
story. You need to
writers
tell them.
that. The writers can let her go. We did not have to see her.
I
And
mean,
we damn sure did not have to discover that she's pregnant. Like,
oh,
well, you know what? At least it ain't Layla, okay? So if Olivia be pregnant, so be it. I mean, I'm not tripping on that. But go ahead, Kenny.
how about no one's pregnant? I mean, that's also an option because that just threw me off. When I thought it was Leela, I was like, oh hell no, Jordan is not ready for that. And then it turned out to be Olivia. I was like, is this the reason that we brought her back for this episode? Because she really was MIA for most of it, and it didn't really make any sense. And just the whole episode overall was just so chaotic. Like, I was like, where is this going? Like, it wasn't making any sense. And I'm gonna say something a little controversial. I
okay.
don't
Let's hear
know how
it.
I feel about Amina and Khalil, to be very honest with you. Amina, definitely in love with him. I could see it, okay? But I don't know if I get those same vibes from Khalil. I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like I've seen people like Amina just like hold down their homeboy, but like really it's like out of love, but they not really feeling that vibes for you. I feel like he is given, oh, you're my little sister vibes, and she's like, I love you. I don't know if that's just me,
Really? I'm gonna put up
but
a poll. I need to see. I need to see what people
You,
think.
you
Because,
know what, Kenny?
baby,
I
I am not there.
would
I think
agree.
that Khalil loves her deep too. However, Khalil is a respectable young gentleman. Khalil is not like. Okay, let me put this poll up before I get into my little tirade.
Kenny, I think I somewhat agree with you, but I think he's very protective of Amina. That's probably, and those type of dudes that have that tough exterior that don't want to show their hand all the time. I think it's given that. Like I think he likes her. It's just that he's not trying to show it. You know what I mean? He's just trying to put on the front. That's just me personally. That's how I feel. Because you saw how he was gonna get in the Yassi's, when he made that disrespectful comment. So it's like, I think there's something there. It's just he just not, you know, he's just not showing it. You know what I mean?
Y'all
That's just
post
me
in the chat
personally.
what you think. Vote on the poll, but then post in the chat. What do y'all think? Is Khalil's feelings for Amina platonic or romantic? Because for
I
me,
need to
what
see
makes
more.
the whole goddamn thing cute is she's not, I don't feel like she's pining one sidedly. I feel like that boy loves her too, but she is quite literally the line that he has told himself that he will never cross because she is the safest person in his life right now. And to go there would be to completely like potentially compromise that. And then what do he have then? Who does he have in his corner? Who is rooting for him? Who is trying to keep him in school? Who is trying to calm him down? Who is listening to him? And that is what is like adding to the like chef's kiss that is the Khalil character, because there's oftentimes men don't think about that. Like they think about what they are naturally feeling inclined for, what attraction they feel, and they just kind of go with it. But Khalil does not give to me a young man that moves without intention and specificity. And I think he is very keenly aware of how he needs to move with Amina.
hmm. I could see that. I don't know why I just can't shake that feeling. Maybe I just need to see more. I think I just need to see
Hmm.
more. But I get where you guys are coming from. I get what you mean.
But also, like, I'm not
Kenny,
gonna
did
hold
you did
y'all
you? Oh,
with Khalil and Amina from episode 1. There are certain parts of like I remember what this felt like and experiencing this type of stuff in high school and not being able to call it then, like in thinking that the guy who was doing this because, oh, that's my big brother. Like, no, that boy actually really likes you a lot. That boy will crash
Mm.
out for you. That boy will hit the nuke for you. And that's what it looks like to
look at
me.
what he was
Press
trying
the
to.
button.
Look how he came by Yasi when she made that comment. You think he? Oh, like come on, let's stop playing games, bro.
Y'all
He
she took it
wanted
too
to
goddamn
kill
far, and
that
that's
dude.
what I don't like about little beady headed ass boys, little water headed ass boys. Because it's one thing to start to try to get under his skin, but you're gonna lie. And also, I might be low key triggered because I also had this experience in high school. You're lying, saying that you smashed her and you didn't. That is like one of the worst things that little boys do. Like you're lying on your dick and it's ridiculous. You look stupid.
Yo,
Real stupid.
he need to get his ass whooped for that comment. I'm sorry, but
You need to
anyway,
you need
yeah,
to
I
cough
I
some.
think
You need a good cough.
yeah. Uh, but I think I think he's very protective of her, and I'll be interested to see him a little bit more their dynamic. I feel like she's the one person that's always going to be in his corner when he doubts himself. You know what I mean? Even that interaction at the cafe is like, if I wanted to be found, I would have asked you to, and then she said, "I got your location." I'm like, just the interaction is giving. I'm feeling you, you feeling me too, but I'm gonna put my cards to the chest. Like I cackled when I saw that interaction and stuff, man. I'm sorry. It's low key
Every time they
cute. I'm not
together,
gonna
I'm just
lie.
like, yes. Like you could just see it in the boy eyes.
It's like you really
It is
the way
love
he
in
was
that boy
like, you
eyes.
really did you the way he was like, you really think so? He was like, yeah. And then it's like and then wait the way he said thank you, I'm like, damn.
I was so the
Looking
moment
like
that
a
he
little
smacked that cup out her hand on that beach. Said, you don't drink. I said, oh,
You don't drink.
okay.
You don't drink.
What you even do? What you even doing? Ain't it past your bedtime? It's like, damn. I'm like, damn.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And if y'all
So,
wanna, if y'all
Yeah.
wanna like something to like put it up against, right? When Jordan came to get Olivia out that goddamn hot tub, that was not the energy that Khalil had. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that was Big Brother energy there. There's
Okay,
something else
okay.
on this one. There is something else on this one.
Yeah, man. It's cooking, man. They
yeah,
cooking with
that's
this
yeah,
one right here. I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie.
yeah. No, because I
And the
actually feel that same way because he's talking to her in the first episode and he has a big smirk and she's not taking it all at all. I was like, no, I'm actually being serious. And she goes to kiss this boy, what's his face?
PG.
AJ.
KJ, yeah, KJ. So yeah, I kind of see it. I kind
Yeah.
of see it.
And KJ he looked disappointed when she went with Khalil when they wanted to hang. So I'm like,
High key,
hmm.
Kofi. High key. And
High
KJ, you
key.
about to
Okay, I'm
bring this
sorry.
goddamn heartbreak on yourself because she told you.
Yeah,
I
he
thought you
Girl
knows.
mentioned
told you
nothing
out
here.
her mouth, KJ, that she has eyes for this man.
Yeah.
You proceed,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
he
don't proceed
knows.
with caution. It's your fault. Don't come whining.
But
Don't get the crying.
Yeah.
but he gonna.
KJ is
I feel
given.
like
He's
he
just
gonna.
waiting for someone to mess up so that he could swoop in. And it's very sad to watch, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they're gonna do a triangle, they're gonna do a triangle. But this might be a triangle that does give. I don't know. I mean, uh,
As long as they don't have
I
Amina
don't
switch up, like they need Amina to stay the course of where she at, because she is very clear. KJ, you cool and all. Okay,
Yeah,
let me see you say you good, but I need to go make sure Khalil great. You could be good, but I need to make sure Khalil
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
that's true.
Don't
Yeah,
have her switch up randomly for no reason with no context. 6 episodes in, then all of a sudden she's gobsmacked for KJ, and we ain't watched the boy do nothing but see her continue to stand him up for the last 5 6 episodes, and then magically don't do
I,
that,
I,
and then we'll be good.
I fell in love with you from the moment I saw you in the coffee shop. I go ahead.
We don't want it. We don't want to hear it. Period. Period.
yeah.
I love,
Hey, Micah, welcome in,
I love
boo.
it.
I don't know why, but this Khalil and Amina thing is, I'm I, I'm cackling, and I'm a guy, and I don't normally watch shows for the ships and stuff. I mean, it's cool and all, but this one might low key just given Khalil's character and all. I might be invested. Well, no lie,
You
low
should
key.
be,
Coffee
because
not
he's
too much.
handling her
Coffee,
like a man
coffee,
should. I love it. I
Yeah.
love this for her.
We do. We
coffee
love.
not too much. When you got in Asha and Jamie's relationship, what are you talking about? Talking about you're not invested in
Well, yeah,
relationship.
but that Asher had to grow before he could get with her. You know what I'm saying? You think I wanted Asher with her
Okay.
when he was in his F boy era? No.
Yes, because you
So
wanted
that's
Asher with anybody. You was rooting for Asher with Olivia. You was rooting for Asher with Layla. Moving on.
oh
Kendra
no,
said
I
KJ
said,
nah,
likes
nah.
Tori. What I don't like about this is that it gives KJ will like any girl that smiles at him, and I don't like it. Don't get me wrong. Tori is a very gorgeous girl, gorgeous gowns. But his first choice is Amina, and now that Amina's paying him
yeah.
dust, he's looking at Tori. He gives wayward. He gives goes where the wind blows. I can't root for him with anybody
Mhm.
until I get a better understanding of who KJ is as a person and if he knows what he really wants.
He did say he's kind of like a go with the flow type of guy, so
Them be problems.
we'll
Go
see.
with the flow type of guys be real dangerous. Hey, Micah.
Hmm.
Hey y'all. Hey everybody.
What's up?
Hey.
Um, well, I just start with the episode on a whole. I thought the episode was chaotic, but I also felt like this episode was for OG fans. I
Mm-hmm.
felt like what you were saying, E. Like episode one was what I feel like they wanted to write. It's the direction they want the show to go in. It's this new story they want to tell. But just in case that doesn't work, this episode was for get all the old people to come back in because Olivia is there. write them a nice little story, give them this Olivia baby, give them old season one lines to kind of build that nostalgia and hope that they stay for the new characters is what I think this one was about.
Mm,
And it felt chaotic because while the storylines are there, it just doesn't mesh. I don't think.
yeah.
I think when you look at it, like if you look at season one, when Billy and Spencer, the story was about basically them and everything meshed because almost everybody on screen was connected to either Billy or Spencer. It was two different worlds, but everything felt connected at the same time. But this show is like there's Beverly and then there's Crenshaw because you got Khalil, Jordan, Amina down there. Then you got Cassius and his son KJ over there. And there's not a lot of stuff like bringing them together. And then you got the new characters, but then you got the old characters, and it's like the stories, like even the Coop story, we didn't talk about it, but we didn't talk about it because it felt so out of place. It was
Mm-hmm.
easily forgotten because it's not like it's not related to the rivalry or the story that's being told. So I think they're gonna have to maybe try and fix that a little bit because it just doesn't. And while it's not bad, it's okay. It's better than it's been, but it still feels disconnected a little bit.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say.
I would agree. I would agree, honestly. I agree.
Yeah. As for the whole Khalil Amina thing, I like them together. I do. I think Amina needs to do her own thing though. do think she needs to let Khalil fix his life and she needs to live her life because so far, other than what we've already known about Amina, we know nothing about her. And it's been two episodes, so for her to be a main character and we know absolutely nothing is kind of weird, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I do like them together. I think Khalil likes her. You can see he likes her. When he walks up to school and he smiles at her and she's like, "You're here," everything. You can see that. You can see the flirtatious energy there. But I feel like Khalil either doesn't want to pursue something because gang affiliations and he does care about her. He doesn't want her involved in that. And as a result, I feel like after a while, Amina might just say, okay, I'm gonna start living my life, and living her life might mean okay, maybe give KJ a shot. But I think she will like eventually it'll come back to the two of them. I feel like
What do you think? What do you think Amina's life is? Because you said that you want her to focus on
I
living her life.
well
I
based
feel
on what
like
I've
there's a
seen,
part of So like while I'm all for that as well, because I'm so for women untethering themselves and decentering men, because we are very much so normalized to do that. Um, from what I'm picking up in just these two episodes, so it's not a ton. I don't know if Amina actually has a life, so I'm not actually mad at her hyper fixating on helping Khalil because I feel like a lot of her character development is coming from her commitment to him.
yeah, I think because like there's nothing wrong with helping your friend, and that's what she's doing. That's her friend. She wants to be there for him and help him because he's in a tough situation. But I think like eventually it's gonna start. She's gonna start becoming Captain Save-A-Ho, and it's gonna start to get tired after a while. And I feel like based on what I've read about her story, and you actually brought it up about she. I don't think she knows that her father and Coop killed her mom. I don't think she knows that. I don't think even in this episode, I think her story this season is probably going to be tied to a teenage girl going through life without a mother, kind of similar to Layla in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could see when she was talking to KJ, and he was like, "Oh, my mom writes these notes," and she was like, "No, I think that's very sweet." And she was saying how she lost her mom. So I think a lot of her story this season, while also is tied to Khalil, I think a lot of her story is going to be tied to how one finding out that her mom, who killed her mom, and trying to go through life without a mother, especially in a stage where as a teenager, like you do need your mom. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
very like big time in your life where you need to have somebody like that to talk to. So I think that's probably going to be more where she goes, and I'd love to see that because as much they did the thing with Layla with her mom and basically tie that to depression. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think they're gonna tie Amina's story to depression, So I would love to see where that goes.
I would too. I just am not. If they abandon her being Captain Save a Hole for Khalil, I don't know what they would actually show her doing. And yes, I do want to see the processing of that with her mom. But until they get her there, I don't know what that would look like because she's a good student. Her father's the principal. She wants to be grown. Like she doesn't have a lot of the innate conflicts that the original characters did. She doesn't even have the conflict that, the current characters do. Like Khalil about to get put out of school, don't have a supportive ass family. Um KJ privileged, but his parents are separating. Like she's just kind of floating, and I think that it is these like experiences, and it's specifically the choices that we make within certain experiences that start to like move us in ways that not necessarily get our life going, but like it gives us things to help us build out who we know ourselves to be. So I personally feel like Khalil was going to be really, really important to Amina, and I don't want that to
Yeah.
change just yet. Hey Naya, welcome in, boo.
Hi.
Hey,
Oh my God. Okay, I just
Yeah.
noticed that Micah was in here because I
What's
was
up,
gonna I
Naya?
was gonna hop in the chat and be like, Micah, hop on with me. But I'm late, so never mind.
What's up,
nah, you
Naya?
cool.
Long time.
I hopped on. I just hopped on.
Yeah. And we were talking about Micah wants Amina liberated
Oh no,
from
why I can't hear
saving
anybody?
Khalil.
Oh,
Can you hear us? Oh, I guess she'll be back. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. How is Coop and Preach living in Spencer's house? Coop doesn't live there. Preach lives there. The vortex is forming all over again. Maybe they can get it right this time, but the vortex is definitely forming. IDK, why Coop is still in this season. Looks like she's not living with Amina and Preach. So where is she living? The beach house?
can you guys hear
Who
me?
knows? We can hear you now, Naya.
Oh,
I actually
okay.
really enjoyed Coop last episode, and it's almost like, okay, I get what y'all are doing in reference to giving her panic attacks and anxiety for law school, but then you also had her come in guns a blazing into undergrad or just shadowing like she was hot, but now all of a sudden then she actually qualified and is a student on roll and everything. Now all of a sudden she can't muster up the courage. Okay, cool. But I really enjoyed the back and forth between Coop and Layla last episode. So to have Layla like pining at the Olivia finding time for her this episode when Coop is right there, I was just like, ugh. But of course, they couldn't allow her to go there because Coop was focused on her panic attacks at school. But yeah, that was specifically for the person who was like, I don't know why they have Coop in this season. I actually don't mind her. But now, what were you about to say?
Okay, so I feel like what did I miss? What are you guys talking about now?
Before that, I was reading comments, but we before that we were talking
Okay.
about Amina, and Micah specifically says she wants Amina to live her life and not try to save Khalil. Um, and my thought to
Oh,
that was like she doesn't really have anything going on, so right now that is the thing that is going to help her figure out herself, her insane dedication to this boy, and I'm not necessarily mad at it. And then we have the
yeah.
poll up right now of if Khalil feelings are romantic or platonic, because some people are saying that he just looks at her like a little sister.
Oof. Well, first, hey everybody, in case like I don't know if my thing blacked out. Um, yeah, I literally just got finished watching the episode like an hour or two ago. Um, and okay, regarding the Khalil and Amina thing, it's a very interesting dynamic, and I don't know if it's because this universe has scrambled up my mind so much to this point. I don't know what I'm seeing and what I'm not seeing,
Mm.
in terms of vibes and connections. Um, I don't know. I feel like it's TBD with Khalil and Amina right now. Like, I think on Amina's end, it seems a little bit more obvious. But also in this episode, they kind of fell into this rhythm of like friendship. So, like on Amina's end, I feel like it's a little bit more romantic there than it is for Khalil. But I also think that Khalil has a lot of crap going on right now, um, that I think is kind of
it's kind of a deterrent for if he does have feelings for Amina, if that makes sense. Like, I don't have a good read on it to say that he just looks at her as a sister, because I think there is something there, but I think they haven't established Amina enough yet, or Khalil enough yet, to really further that.
Hmm.
I don't know if I just rambled off, but like I feel like there's so much going on in this episode that it's a lot. And I feel like with the Khalil and Amina thing, it's very interesting, yet I also don't know what the hell is going on.
Mm. That's fair.
So I don't know. Like, I can't get a good read on it, honestly. But I do, to Micah's point, I think Amina, we need to dig a little bit deeper than just Khalil, boo, I need to save you 24/7, because I'm exhausted low key watching her do it. And it's only
Already?
been 2 episodes. Like, I'm like, baby girl, like I need you to find a hobby. Like, what are your interests? Like,
I think I'm
who
also
are you now?
enjoying the there's no pressure for her as a female character right now. I think I'm actually enjoying her not having a full on storyline, specifically because like what they're deciding to do. I don't want her to be another Olivia Baker. I don't want her to be another Layla. So if you can't figure it out, then her being a little bridge of Uncle Jordan, did you go talk to Khalil? I'm fine with it. Like her being a connective tissue, I'm perfectly fine. If they're not going to jump into the whole "where's my mama" of it all, don't give her
Mm-hmm.
nothing, because I don't trust them to actually have anything. And I think that we have enough, at least at the beginning of the season, with the weight of Khalil and what could be the weight of what KJ got going on, which I feel like it was a little less heavy in this episode because they made the damn daddy so goddamn pensive and pissed off. I don't know if I could process them also trying to do something with Amina and then make Layla pregnant, but oh wait, she's not pregnant. And then Olivia like, mm.
Yeah, I get it. I also, I don't know. I feel like the reason I'm saying that too is because we got the introduction of the Tori character, and she feels like she has a little bit more of like a, mm,
Layla,
like, not saying yes,
but which would
not
which would
saying
force freaking Amina to be Olivia, and I don't want it. Like I
no,
don't at all.
no, but like if
Not
they actually
Olivia.
had common sense and like didn't be themselves, maybe we could actually like get away from it. But I don't trust it either enough to like even give them the benefit of the doubt. But I feel like, yeah, Amina's probably in that happy medium place of like there's no pressure to really force her into a corner right now with her storyline, which gives her a little bit more room to breathe. So she is kind of like not floating, but hopefully it organically comes together. Um, and I guess maybe it's okay to have the Tori character be introduced in this episode and have a little bit more of a rigid storyline of like familiarity. Like, we kind of, we can compare her to an old character on the show that we know who's still a part of the fabric of the show. So, I
You
mean, at
like
least you have.
that? You liked
I, I,
Tori?
beautiful gowns, pretty face. Um, I mean, I feel it, mama, but also like it's kind of hard to like be all the way in when we've seen it before. Like, and we still have the current character that you remind me of still on the show. So I don't know, like it's not the same as Layla's, but it's also like very reminiscent of what we are currently still in with Layla, who's still on the show, if that makes sense. Like, I'm just kind of like, I get it. I feel like I can get the whole hot tether to KJ, but I don't. I have no thoughts about Tori other than pretty girl. I
Same.
don't know
Same,
if that's just
Prince.
me. Like, I'm just like, hey, girl, like,
Same. So what was your
hey,
favorite
T,
moment of the episode,
probably
if
the
any?
Coop stuff
Who?
and the Coop and Jordan stuff,
Coop and
which
Jordan
Coop and Jordan, yeah,
together?
not together, but
Oh.
like no, like Coop stuff, and then with
Okay.
Jordan, but separately.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Those two segments were like they're two separate things that they have going on, like in their separate journeys, were probably the most interesting
Yeah,
thing to
Jordan is
me.
definitely tolerable this season. Who'd have
He
thought?
is. Ain't that something? I already told you why that was the case in our group chat. Why I feel like he's more tolerable.
Wait, can you remind me?
Um, because I just feel like with his arch enemy, the one he is always fighting to be, like he wants to be Spencer,
Oh
like with
yeah,
Spencer
gone.
picture right now. Now I feel like he can actually spread his wings
He
and be
can
the main
settle
character of
down.
his own story.
I cannot. That's hilarious.
And
All
I mean,
right.
honestly, with Billy got the picture too. That probably helped him out. Sad to say.
Okay, I'm ending the poll, y'all. If you want to vote on if Khalil's feelings are platonic or romantic, this is your chance to do so. Right now, romantic is in the lead. Noah AA watched Khalil with Tori and Amina with KJ.
Y'all know it's gonna happen. Don't act like y'all
Yo,
don't.
why the hell was Khalil in Beverly Hills at that coffee shop? Like, you ran your ass
Why?
out of school to go to Beverly Hills?
You're asking the right questions because I didn't understand why he was just chilling out with his feet kicked up at the Beverly Hills, whatever that thing is, the grill, whatever that crap is called. Why is he there?
The
Like, he took
hangout.
3 buses to get up there?
Yeah,
I
like
don't know.
why isn't he
Maybe
hanging
it's a
out in a
safe
place
space.
where
Maybe it's a safe
Only
space for him. I don't know. Makes no sense.
Khalil?
Why didn't he just?
When would
I
he
don't
have
know. Maybe I don't
cultivated that,
know.
Kofi? When his Crip daddy
And we
was
have
I
to
was
just I'm
drinking
saying.
40s at his football game and he had to run off.
I
When
don't
the hell was he
know.
going to
It
find
doesn't
this
make
space?
it,
I need to
it
know.
doesn't make sense. He should have been in Crenshaw, just
oh
maybe like
he
on the
should have been
corner
staying out of the
somewhere or
house.
some. I don't
At
know,
least,
man.
like, I feel like he was in Beverly before, like, Jordan even recruited him. It was just like, that didn't feel like, it just was like, you already made a
crazy.
home in Beverly, apparently, before Jordan even asked you. Oh, no, well, Jordan's in Crenshaw. I just forgot. But what I'm saying is, like, the whole tether to Beverly Hills, it feels very inorganic for me. Like,
Unnatural.
why is he there? Like, there's nothing for him there.
Yeah,
It's not
Amina
like
is
a
nothing.
quite
Spencer
literally your
thing.
only friend. So like, why aren't you just sitting on the James's porch? Like,
Yeah, I'm not getting it.
Khalil
I'm
is moving
really.
to Beverly Hills.
Oh no, Khalil might
Speaking of
move to
that,
Beverly.
speaking
I'm
of
done.
that,
Nancy said Khalil was
who's
moving. What'd you say,
Oh,
Kofi?
I have a
speaking of
question.
that,
I have
I was gonna. Are we to assume that Preach and Amina and Coop live in Spencer's old house and are paying rent to Spencer or something,
Coop doesn't live
or
there,
are the
but Preach and
Mm.
Amina do,
okay, okay,
And
okay,
they're
and
not paying
they're
rent to
paying rent to
Spencer.
Miss Grace. They said that last episode.
okay, okay, cool.
That's not Spencer's house. Let's get that clear.
All right, cool.
I
Makes
had a
sense.
question
All
Khalil
right.
though.
gonna do a slow motion take a Tory. Child.
Wait,
Now they trolling. Now they trolling.
think
That's it.
so? You
Now
think
they
that they're
trolling.
It's
gonna?
not a
Oh,
troll. It's all American. Khalil,
Honestly, the
the
whole
show he's
I
filming.
I don't need you to introduce me to this person, or I don't need you to tell me this. I already can see who everybody is, and then goes out to point that everybody is influencers is the most shallow, ridiculous take. KJ, please,
I
please.
mean,
I
he
was
was
honestly
trying
waiting for
to.
that. I was waiting for the, but Tori was already standing right there.
KJ, sweet
Nah.
pea. I don't know about KJ. Like, I'm so like. I don't know, like sweet pea. Like I feel like I don't know. Like this episode,
So
I feel like I had a less clear opinion about him than I did the first episode, and I don't think that's a good thing because I just feel like KJ was just there, and
You
like
can,
I understood what they were trying to do, but it also just I don't know everything about like what is happening with the young kids feels recycled. So like I want to like I want to lean into it, but this episode I feel like we took like 5 steps back from what
Yeah,
we established,
yeah,
and like for that to be the episode to follow the first episode of the season, which I feel like had everyone leaning in, this episode just felt like such a regression. And I'm like, damn, if we're gonna be regressing this quickly, like it's time for me to go because I
right.
was really just here to see. Like I was just here to peek, really. But it just feels like a little bit more of the same. And I think that's sort of my opinion is that at the end of this episode, it feels like this show still has not figured out the new identity yet.
Mm.
And it's
Yeah,
like you can have
I
Layla
think
and Jordan and Coop there. Like there's nothing wrong with having that bridge. But I think even having Olivia come back in this episode so soon just felt like we have not left. And at this point, I'm
yeah,
okay. Like I don't need to be here. Like I've already suffered enough in this universe. So it just feels like bringing her back was a little too fresh, like too soon, and it just kind of played into what I felt like the whole entire episode was like back to the past, but you're trying to act like we're in the future and in the present
Mm.
of something else. But it still feels like you have one foot in and one foot, one foot into the present and one foot into back into the past. And I'm like, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Pick
Mhm.
up struggle, pick a story. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I totally
agree.
agree with.
Once
I
they don't force a
Kenny, then
friendship,
Micah.
yeah, I agree with you, Knife, 100%. Like it felt like a step back, and I felt too soon for an old character to come back. So it felt like off because the first episode already felt, a little different. Like, okay, maybe we might have something going on here. And then the second episode was like, ooh, we back in the past. Like, no. So that was kind of weird, but to me, I feel like once they don't try to force a friendship between Amina and Tori, I'm fine. I could see it happening
Oh
already.
shoot.
But I really,
Uh,
that will annoy me because I can't with the fake female friendship. It's intensely insane. So I just really hope not to see that. If they're going to be friends, we can't be exchanging boyfriends and exchanging, partner like that is insane, and we need to leave that in the past for sure.
I don't think they have it in them, to be honest. The sad part.
no. I'll give the casting credit for this. These children actually look like teenagers. No shade to Daniel and Mike and all them, but these kids look more like 16, 17-year-olds than they did 5 years ago. Because, like, I'm sorry. Like, what 16-year-old do you know had a six pack on the beach? Like, real talk.
I
So, I
mean,
mean,
we didn't have a problem. We didn't have a problem with it when they were writing him right.
Right.
So when they
uh,
came out that first
Yeah,
season, that first pilot, I wasn't checking if Daniel was like 28, 29 because the stories were on
They
point.
was there.
But then when they started
yeah.
writing these kids to be adults, then it was like, oh yeah, Daniel, you really are, 28, 29. Now we start to see the what it really is because they just started writing them to be older than they were. So that's my stance on that is that, I just feel like if you write it correctly, then, that doesn't become an issue.
Tripstar
all right.
VPR, I am not supposed to be here. I was definitely not supposed to be here doing this season. They tricked my
No.
ass with episode 1, and
Oh,
now I'm sitting here looking dumb as hell in episode 2.
Look,
Bamboozled.
it's
no, because
just two episodes. We got
why
11
is
left. All right, let's stall them out for a little bit, okay? Let's
Kofi,
stall these guys up for a
you
little
can
bit.
do that all the hell you like, but I be damned. I be damned if I am tricked through the course of an entire season and I do not speak up. Like season 3, yes,
Mm-mm.
yes, we were dragged to hell into perpetuity that would be seasons 4, 5, and 6, and I ain't speak up enough when I was peeping certain things. So every episode, if y'all gonna have my ass here speaking, I'm gonna tell it how I feel it in the moment because this series as a universe has a history of trying to pull the wool over eyes and do goofy and I'm done being surprised.
All right.
now this episode was the Wattpad script. They had to bring back the Olivia. They had to give them something to hold on to. So they're gonna watch to see if Olivia and Spencer come back with the babies and everything.
Please do it at the
But
I
finale. I
read
don't need to see her again until the finale. Please. I don't. Nobody
I read
needs
I
that.
do
something.
anticipate we.
I
I
don't
do
know if she's
anticipate we'll at
coming back.
least see
No,
Spencer at least
Spencer's
once
coming
this
back.
season, though. Yeah.
No, Kofi, because if we
Spencer's
see
coming
Spencer, we
back.
gotta see Olivia, and I don't want to see her ass.
I think we are though,
No,
Eric,
we
because I
don't.
think what do you mean? She's like in his veins. Anyway, I think
Okay.
I read something from NK. Like I think I think Daniel is directing an episode. That doesn't mean he's in it, but I do think
He
I
could direct the
remember
whole damn
reading.
season if he like. I would love
I
that.
know, but I think he's doing that. But I think he also is making an appearance. Like from what
Yeah.
I
Is he
read,
leaving his wife at home?
I
I
don't
think he
think
is.
so
Yeah,
because I read something about her and like this whole pregnancy thing, and then I feel like I read something very recent about that storyline popping up.
Yeah, I saw that as well. They
I don't know if
said
I'm tripping, but I
they
feel
were
like I
gonna
saw
make
an article.
Yeah, I saw the
Yeah.
article as well that you're talking about. Yeah, they
Okay.
said
I think
that this pregnancy
she's
thing is
like
gonna make an appearance again.
In
I
the
think she's
finale.
coming back. I think the episode that
Hopefully.
Daniel is coming back in, the episode that Daniel's coming back in, Darnell's coming back with him because that's what the back like
Yes.
him and
Yes.
Darnell were in some videos with Jordan
yeah.
and the rest of the cast. So I don't think she's in that episode.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's probably what I'm referring to. But also, I did read a separate thing with NK, or I'm gonna assume I think it's NK.
NK wanting
About
Layla
this
to be
story.
pregnant, but the writers outvoting her already let me know what I can expect from NK this
That
season. I'm over
Which
it.
that
was
was
very weird. That was very
that was
weird.
weird.
I
I
don't
don't
know if
think
you
she
guys talked about it, but
I don't think she wanted Layla to be pregnant. I think when I read the article, it said they definitely Layla wasn't gonna be pregnant, but she didn't want Olivia to be pregnant. They wanted Olivia to be pregnant. That's what the article said. I could probably get it in some, but she didn't want Olivia to be pregnant in this
Yeah.
episode
Send it to
so
me.
early.
Because nobody
Yeah,
should be
no.
oh
pregnant,
yeah,
but a
Micah, I think
loss.
that's right. I think that's right. I think that's exactly what it
Yeah.
was because that thing just came out too, and I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
I think when the episode aired, which was Monday, and I was just like, "Oh, brother."
Mm.
Like them opening up the episode with the pregnancy scare, girl.
I
I
was
was about
immediately ready to
to
cut the TV off. Like, I was immediately
immediately
like, all
Oh
know.
my
right,
gosh.
it was a fluke.
Immediately know.
Okay.
All American must have done a number on all y'all, man, because the way y'all were
You have
triggered
been
by
here
the
to watch it happen.
Kofi.
You know damn well they did a number on us, Kofi. What you mean, must
The
have?
gaslight the public.
I'm
Kofi,
just
I
saying, like,
understand.
damn.
Kofi, my brother. I understand that you're on a lifetime All-American contract, but we are not the same.
I'm not.
I let
I'm
myself
not.
go
I'm
a
just
long time
saying.
ago. I'm not held by this show.
Kofi is
like
not
you.
like us.
I'm not on a.
He's not like us.
I,
I
Not
turned
I'm
the
not
TV
on a
off a
lifetime
long time
contract.
ago.
I'm just saying, like, damn. It's like, damn. Is it that bad for
Yes.
real? Like, God, man.
You ask
That's
this
what I'm
every
saying, damn
season,
for.
and I say yes from the depths of my soul every season.
You acting brand new about this,
Man.
Kofi, is a storyline in itself. Every season, you like act surprised as to why nobody is impressed with this show anymore. What is there to be impressed about? I'm sorry,
All right.
but history says trauma.
NK
Even
wanted
this
Olivia to be pregnant in a later episode and
right.
not episode
All right.
2.
Beautiful
I gotta read the
gowns,
article for
beautiful
myself because y'all are
gowns,
all giving
smiles,
conflicting
so
reports.
there you
If
go.
NK
Like
voted
even
for
this
Layla to be pregnant, me and her are no longer here. And we will never go back to
no.
being here. That's all I know. I'm going to read the article. Somebody send it to me and I'm going to read it and I'm going to discern because y'all are saying all types of things.
I only
All
saw
right.
a little bit, but I really didn't care once I
Let me see if I
heard
can
the
put it in
Olivia
the
stuff.
chat.
All those
I
everyone
I
says
put it
in
in
the
the chat.
Oh, I just
I'm
found
going to go
it.
ahead
the
and warn
Discord
y'all
for
in my breakdown, I forgot to talk about Coop. But that's probably because the episode was goddamn chaotic and she didn't fit. Shout out to, I think Kenny said that. She didn't fit in this episode. Aside from her bringing the pregnancy test, that whole panic attack with the damn teacher outside that they had prolonged over the course of multiple scenes of other characters doing stuff that showed time elapsing, and y'all want to play like y'all was just on this bench for 15 minutes? No. She's been sitting out here for quite a while. This is weird.
And also, what is going on with the Like, I don't know if they're also maybe I watched Scarred and I've watched too many shows. But why did it just feel like there's about to be something with her and this professor? Maybe I'm reading into it, but at this point, okay.
Why is that the immediate reaction? Like, I saw that too. Like,
is she still with Patience?
Yes.
Is she?
Yeah, she was calling her.
That don't establish nothing.
And All American World it does. That tells us that they gave us just enough information to know.
That is true. That is true.
I don't know. I'm assuming they still together because she was calling her. So
Right.
we're gonna have Coop cheat on Patience in a long distance relationship with the teacher.
Yep.
Well, it's
Why
something
is
new, I
that the
guess. It's
immediate?
something new.
Why was that the immediate thought that creeped into
Because
your
this is
mind?
all
Like,
American, Kofi, and it's predictable.
Wait, what do you mean
nah.
about the cheating or about the vibe
Kofi, you
between her
didn't
and the
feel like the
professor?
professor had flirty energy
Yeah.
to her?
There was energy. I'm
No, I
sorry.
just felt like she was just giving solid advice. I didn't. Where did you get flirty energy from? Like, I'm confused.
It wasn't okay, Kofi. It wasn't outright flirty. Like, see, men be missing
They
nuances. Like, it
do.
wasn't like outright they're sitting on the bench, like, she's touching Poop's leg.
Yeah.
It was just more like this woman came out of nowhere. I don't know if you watched the scene, but Mia's on the bench about to crash out, and this lady is like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And we're just like, "Well, girl, who are you?" Because I don't even know what Tamia's going through right now because there's no context. And then you come out of nowhere, and then she sits on the bench with her for like an hour. That's what we're supposed to believe. And then they just happen to be walking to the same class because she's the professor. And then there was this weird
And
energy.
I guess I'm going to hell.
Right. I can't help it if the
Okay.
crumbs were
That
there.
was
I didn't
very,
want to
it
pick
was
them up.
very, it
Y'all,
was
y'all.
very flirtatious energy.
I'm a man,
It was
so I don't know
there.
what I'm
It was
talking
there.
about.
Y'all-
I was very
okay.
confused.
Was there flirtatious
myself.
energy from Coop's professor? And she's
Yes.
also giving, she recently just passed the bar or something. She's giving TA, honestly. She's not actually giving
honest.
like Laura age. She's giving closer to Coop's age, honey. Mm-mm.
No.
I thought it was a classmate. I
And they
thought it
didn't
was a
Okay.
classmate.
They didn't set it
Okay,
up
y'all
great
got it.
either, but I just think because I've seen enough shows, it just felt like, oh, she gonna be the professor, huh? Because there's just All American is very predictable. Like this lady popped out of nowhere and somehow just seemed to be at the right place at the right time. So I just kind of felt like in the middle of the scene, I was like, oh, she's gonna be the professor, huh? And sure enough,
Yeah, and maybe it's just that
The Lawrence report
off-screen
said, well,
chemistry, but
there go Coop new love interest. So maybe he can help you see whatever the hell you not seeing, Kofi.
All right, y'all got it. Let that fucking sandbox.
Sorry, Michael. What was you saying?
Nah, I was just gonna say maybe it's just the off-screen chemistry coming on screen because that is Breezy's girlfriend, but
it is.
yeah, that's Breezy's
Is that her
girlfriend.
new girlfriend?
Her
Yeah,
new
because I
one.
thought she was with what's her
No, they broke
No,
up.
they
No, they
broke
did.
up.
They did. They broke up a long time ago, but I just like that. I didn't know that that Breezy was with someone else. So that's like my only reference point.
Yeah.
That's new news. Thank you, friend. I didn't know that. Well,
Oh,
maybe that's what that
that's
is.
probably why
because-
y'all caught the vibes. Okay.
Okay, but
that makes sense.
Kofi, it's in there though. So that aside, it's baked in the show. It's baked in what's happening. So we didn't see.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't just see stuff.
And then this wouldn't be the first time a third party has gotten in between Patience and Coop, so it's no surprise.
Mhm. Right.
You know what? I want to put some money up now.
Well, I'm not a gambling woman. I just go with my intuition and I know.
No, exactly.
Okay.
I don't gotta put money
Y'all-
on it for it to be the truth.
And I don't think that Coop actually picked up on it because she's in mid panic
No.
attack. But this lady, this is more than what meets the eye when it comes to this lady.
Yes.
Okay.
It was very
Aight.
much in the eyes.
Alright. Well, like I said, I don't have that gift that y'all women got, so maybe I have to rewatch to see. So, I don't know.
But
Yeah.
Let me see. What else did we talk about? So yeah, I don't talk about Coop in my
Did we-
breakdown, but it's not much that there is to discuss, honestly.
No.
Did we
Thank
talk
God
about
Layla
Cassius
isn't
at
pregnant.
all?
Hold on, Kofi. Thank God Layla isn't pregnant.
Okay.
Yes. Thank God this Olivia
Amen.
pregnancy is gonna happen off screen. Yes. Thank God Khalil is taking his ass back to school. Yes. Cassius, I do want to take some time to talk about little Mr. Cassius because, sir, I get that you're stressed. I get that life is coming at you fast, and hell, life really might be life for you right now. But whatever the hell this chip is on your shoulder, I'm gonna need you to take it off because beefing with the ghost of Billy Pass is wild work. It is quite literally wild work. You will lose every time because it's a ghost, sir. Was anybody else taken aback at like how frustrated and damn indignant he was getting behind Billy's name being put up and the disrespect, like, granted, the disrespect was real. They were playing in y'all's faces. But again, you also signed up for a team that are a bunch of losers and you're going to have to make them winners. There's something to be said there. But like, you going as far as to have invisible ass beef with the ghost of Billy Past, so much so that when you meet his damn son, you got the smoke for his son too. That's a bit much.
I feel like, and maybe I've been reading some articles and I've followed some Twitter stuff. I don't know what it is, but this might just be far fetched. But I think it has something to do with the uncle and the brother and the whole thing. I think he might. I don't think he's his brother because he's kind of young, but I think he might be like Bobby's son. He could be Coach Bobby's son, and that's why he
Cassius?
has this
Mm.
animosity to like Jordan.
KJ's daddy?
Yeah, I've been seeing. They said some in some interview. I think I saw NK was like, there's like a story between even Cassius and Jordan in terms of like some bigger plot. Is what I saw her say.
Well,
Mm. Oh Lord,
I don't want to like.
I don't know
I
how I
don't want to
feel about
like
that.
ignore the interviews, but I don't read them. I personally don't give a shit about what they say because personally I feel like they lie. And for what we get in this episode, there's no seeds of that. It feels like you're mad that your wife wants to leave you and that you made a decision to come down here and rebuild your life and then nobody's putting respect on your name, but yet you have yet to show us that you deserve respect on your name, and that's going to take time, and I need you to relax, brother. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah,
Feel like there's
it
gonna.
was,
Oh, go ahead, Naya.
no, it definitely was a lot. When he was like screaming at the team, I was like, sir, I said, woo, Billy is really gone because I don't think he ever came this hard.
I mean, I was here for
I
that.
was
I was
like,
here for that
I
100% because them little Beverly
was
boys
like,
needed that.
no,
But
I agree, but I'm just saying, like, just the end, like, you just you felt like he's still like there was still angst behind it beyond just the fact that obviously they're privileged little boys who obviously
right,
need
which to
to
me,
learn how to work
I'm
hard.
tying to his frustration about his marital situation.
Right, which
Because
is
and then
a
KJ
lot.
looking up to Jordan, I felt like that is what was fueling it. So if there is this whole thing coming with Bobby, the man who I don't even give a damn to see in reference to this head coach, then they gonna need to plant those damn seeds because they already building like bridges to other things being the cause. Yes, KJ looks up to Jordan. Oh my God, he has all the records here. And KJ also didn't want to eat your goddamn pancakes and is paying your ass dust. Okay, we understand that. So I understand him having a reaction initially. I just feel like he's going too hard with it. Like
Yeah,
him
that's how I
having
felt.
this really ridiculous front with Jordan just felt OD. And like, okay, cool, maybe what they saying in these interviews is right, but then where are y'all gonna put that at? Where's the text messages? Where's the family photos? Where's something for us to like not know who this person is, but then to know that some of the angst and some of the anger is coming from somewhere else? Because right now all we have is he wants to be the apple in his goddamn son's eye. He don't have that no more. And he wants his damn wife. He don't have that no more. And now he's doing all of this. And then we also are not getting no balance on the other side. Like he just was angry the whole goddamn episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
no,
is
he was
Yeah,
very
that's a fair
angry.
point.
He was very angry, and the interview, like, I don't know if this is fact or whatever, because it doesn't give that. Like, it gives like these people are in two different worlds, and that if that's really his son, you wouldn't believe it, because it's almost like they don't even know each other. But like, they were just saying that, like, his character, the Cassius character, and the Bakers have like an important storyline where the rivalry goes kind of deeper than just field. So that's why I was thinking that maybe he could be a part of that whole who's related to who type story.
And maybe him and Billy had beef, which is cool. But this is Billy's son, and your son is looking up to him like Jordan is closer in age to your son than he is to you. Calm your old ass down.
I also okay, but
That
I have
might
a
be a
question
point of
about that.
contention.
I have a question. Like, if he is supposed to be Cassius, if he's supposed to be connected to um either like the coach of Crenshaw, if that's what the theory is, then I would also like, my question is, what was he doing in Crenshaw to even be popping up at Layla's cafe?
Right.
Because
So like if
isn't
he
her
had
lounge
beef, then why was he cool
right?
with his son going to football camp with Waterhead boy?
Right. So I was saying, like, if that would, I guess, lead to the theory of like, so how did he just like, what was he doing in Crenshaw? If aren't they like staying in a hotel in Beverly? So like, how did he find his way there? So I guess if you're, it's a reach, but like that would, if he is connected to the Crenshaw coach in some way, then maybe that would explain what he was even doing in Crenshaw, like why he would find himself in that area. But that's still just, there's not enough. Like that's just me reaching. But I still would like to know why he was even in that area to even be at that lounge, Layla's
Yeah.
lounge in the first
Yeah,
place. It's like what is your
I
yeah.
drive?
think
If you are connected to
Even
he's
like
Crenshaw, why
giving.
oh
are you there? Why are you there? But we need
yeah,
more,
even like
especially with
with him and
everything.
Layla, like I know, like don't get me wrong, I get Layla's married and he does want his wife, but there was a little thing, there's a little something in this episode in that 5 second scene. There was
Yes,
something.
Micah. There is. Erica, did you pick up on that? Or maybe I'm not just
I
picking
don't
up
think
on
I wanted
everything.
to. I could not. I feel like at that point in the episode, I was just like, I cannot do this shit with you, sir. I cannot.
No,
I
you
do
see
get
it,
it
right?
though.
Like
I do get
Cassius,
it.
you were quite literally disgruntled this entire episode. But then as soon as you put eyes on Layla, you light up. This is a
Yes.
child.
Uh,
I know
Yeah.
she's not a child, but she's damn near a child. Like they're gonna have to give me how old Cassius is. I'm
It's
moving
a
with
little
cautious
weird.
when it comes to this man right now because I don't really know what we dealing with.
that just strikes me
He,
as a guy in his mid-30s.
yeah, he's got to be in his 30s.
He has
Like,
to. He's young.
Yeah.
He just gives off like younger energy. That's why I think I told Eric in our group chat when we watched the first episode, like he was intriguing in the first episode because we didn't know what the hell was going on with him and his wife, but he also just is different than all the dad prototypes we've had on this show because he just feels like a younger dad. But now it's
Right, but
just
that's
kind of like,
Maybe you
different if
well,
had
he's
sir,
like,
KJ Young.
it makes a difference if he's 35 versus he's just 30.
yes, it does.
It makes a
does.
damn difference. Now we in trouble. If his
yeah,
ass is only 30,
that
we're in trouble.
Yeah,
Why are we in
yeah.
that
trouble if he's
scene,
only
I'm not
30?
gonna lie, I saw the scene and I was just like,
It was
okay,
quick. I was like, excuse me, get away from her.
This man's whole
but it
life is
was
turned
good.
upside down and he gonna light up? You have the audacity to light up?
It was
I
a
know
little
that
loud.
this
It was
Layla,
too
but
loud.
come on. And
It
if
was a
he's
little too
30,
loud.
Maybe
I mean,
he
Layla
just
is a
liked
very
seeing a
pretty
familiar
girl,
face. I don't know.
No, no,
but
Kofi. That switch up between him talking to Layla and then when he went to talk to Jordan is crazy. I was like, my guy, that was like the most like two-faced I've ever
that
seen
shit
him. I
was
was like,
so Dr.
bro.
Jekyll,
The-
Mr. Hyde. And I think, honestly, Naya, I literally was just like, I can't do it with him. So I think I just blocked it out because I don't even talk about it in the breakdown. Honestly,
Yeah, because it was a lot. Like, okay, so I feel like I understood like the annoyance with maybe KJ at the beginning. I felt like it would just there was a lot of energy. Like I get the whole like him yelling at the Beverly team, trying to establish like the tone of the team, but it just still felt like a lot. And I was just like, okay. And then when we got to the ceremony, it just felt like, sir, like what you have more beef with Billy's ghost than I did Billy and he when he was alive. Like I don't
big beef.
Yep.
understand what's going on. Like
Do
you
y'all
don't
see
know
this
this man.
man?
It was a lot of
like,
energy. It was a lot. And I
I
just felt like
think
Cassius, I also feel like we done took 5 steps back with my interest in him because it just felt like he was angry the whole episode and we're not getting context. We just know that your wife don't want to be with you, which is a part of why you're mad, but then you're also mad at Billy's ghost
You
because
mad at Billy's
yeah,
that's
ghost, which trickles
where
down
it's
to his
coming
son,
from.
but you gonna look at his wife this way.
right.
like the only
But he
time
doesn't
Sir,
know
I
that's his wife, though.
I don't give a
He
good
doesn't know. He
goddamn
doesn't know
Kobe.
that's his.
Look at this man. This man is giving ball humbug to every single vessel, organism that came across his path, and then magically, he could do this.
the only time he
I don't
smiled
know.
was when he saw Layla. The whole episode. That was the only
The
time.
entire
The
episode.
only time.
Only
That's why it was so weird. Like that's why it was so loud, is because we literally saw that man shouting at like every bush on the side of the street. And then
Oh,
when he sees Layla, he first of all he comes out of the office, mind you. He comes out of the office and sees her, and she's trying to avoid because she sees him, and he deliberately walks over to her. Now, if Tamia was
mhm.
next to Layla and he had that big ass smile with Tamia next, like to both of them, it wouldn't have been so loud. But it was literally just
Exactly.
Layla. And he goes out of his
Exactly.
way to like talk to her, to address her. And then, yes, it was like the biggest smile I have ever seen in my life.
It
And it
was
was
like a
weird.
different.
He
It was
like
like a different
beelines to
Where
man.
does that
her. Do
stem
y'all
from?
see that?
Different man.
So where does that stem from? What do y'all think that's stemming from?
Ask
I don't.
Cassius.
Y'all gotta ask.
Okay.
Ask
We don't
Cassius.
know.
Don't ask me.
All we know is
I mean,
that man was a different man when he saw Layla. That was a different man.
It was spooky. It was
uh,
very spooky. Because as soon as he saw Jordan, it was like immediately no. Like it was
yeah.
immediate. Like,
He
no, a
didn't
Negro.
even
I
let
don't
He's
the
know.
he
like,
didn't
it,
even let the essence of Layla linger on him while he's talking to Jordan. It was
I
immediately.
think a lot of this is jealousy maybe towards him because he feels like KJ looks more up to him than Cassius, you know what I mean? Because Jordan is a QB, KJ's a QB. Maybe that's why he's kicking him that energy. I don't know. That's probably the only logical explanation about it. Because the Bill, and also frustration, like the team didn't get acknowledged and all that. So I think that's probably a lot of it where this is stemming from. You know,
Yeah, but we're
just me.
saying like we're saying that's not enough. Like it just feel like we get that the team isn't getting enough respect, but you also walked into a situation where there's a legacy there. You're a new coach. You have to establish that. So I can understand being annoyed that obviously it seems like the school doesn't care about the team, but to that degree, and it's like affecting the way you're interacting with this man who's being honored, like with his son. Like it just it's a lot. It's
It
a lot
Yeah.
makes
of
him look like a
energy.
clown.
I
It
mean,
makes him look like a
yeah,
character that we don't actually want to root for, and it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
he's just
It's
holding.
very similar to. I don't know. It was very similar to the animosity that Coach Mack had for Spencer last season, where it was like, why? Why do you hate this boy?
Mm,
Why? You just
yeah.
hate him.
Yep.
Mhm.
And we didn't care. We didn't
Well,
get the context until down the line, which wasn't really. It didn't make him any better. But at that point, we had already written him off because we were like, no, you got some beef with Spencer, and it's like, what is your problem? So that's what it's about to become with Cash is if you don't get right. Because I don't
Yeah.
understand. And the whole Layla aspect, I'm sorry, it's weird. Like,
Yeah. No.
I don't know what's happening there. It needs to stop right there.
Or does
Y'all
I'm
don't
just
it?
need
saying.
to be saying.
Or does it?
Because it would lead to our to the ultimate goal.
He he
I
wants
mean,
his
it's
wife.
giving a win is a win.
I guess.
y'all are
Oh,
too
leave here
much
with
now.
something,
I feel
okay?
like I feel like this is where I'm about to check out because y'all just want mess, man. Oh, y'all got it, man. I ain't trying to hear all this right now, man. Nah,
Honestly,
I'm good. I'm
it was
good.
just it
I'm
was just refreshing to see. Okay, we're not saying that they're gonna be together. We know Jordan and Layla are together. We're just saying it was something new,
It was
something
weird.
different.
It was
Well,
weird.
no, let's
I'll say
bump it,
that.
Oh,
Micah.
now you're talking about it was
No, no,
weird, but
no.
you didn't even peep it at first. But now that we talking about, now all of a sudden
Right,
you're like, it's weird.
right. I'm like, bump it,
No,
Micah. Since we're being messy, yeah, I want it to happen now.
Exact. No, because I
oh,
Do
just
it. Let's
low
do it
key,
full
low
force.
key.
Enough with the games. Let's not even try to drop the crumbs. Like, go all the way in. It would shake this
Exactly.
show up
Nice
and really
little,
make it for what it is.
nice little cheeky
what
All
storyline.
right,
would
but
be?
on a
What?
real note, I am not mad if Layla is about to have Cassius as like the sounding board, and he's about to have her as the sounding board. I'm not mad at
No.
that.
No,
Okay.
You mad at that,
he
Micah?
can come for.
Yeah,
No, no, I'm saying
Mike.
I'm not mad at it either. Like he can come and have a drink at Layla's anytime. Jordan's busy
Okay.
anyway.
The door is
So
open, actually. I grant him full access, actually.
Uh, y'all got
Hmm.
it. If y'all want to play in that sandbox, be
Damn,
my
Kofi, she
Kofi,
God,
are
can't
you
you
even
can
saying
have
do it.
friends.
Beautiful gals,
What is
exactly? Are you
this?
beautiful
saying
Damn, that's
gals,
crazy.
beautiful
What
That's
is the
gals.
Handmaid's
crazy.
Tale? She can't even have a friend.
Damn, is she Susie Homemaker? She
Hell
can't have no
no,
friends, no male friends.
no,
Golly.
Kofi?
because
Can
y'all
you
I'm
don't
not?
Damn, I
genuinely
consider
thought it was
saying,
supposed
motives.
to be
That's
the
I
modern
am
why.
man.
genuinely saying, Kofi, I think it's cool for her to have one, somebody outside the vortex, but two, a person who has
Okay.
gone through a marriage to actually have a sounding board as she's newly into this damn marriage. And he is going to need a perspective, one that's of the area where he currently is. Layla knows Beverly better than anybody, specifically that goddamn high school better than anybody. And then also she's going to be the sounding board that can give him perspective that's closer to the ideas that his son has, his thoughts that his son has, that he's not going to be able to initially get. Like, I am genuinely saying I think that they could be really great sounding boards for one another in how unorthodox they are. But you don't even want her to have that.
Also,
Okay,
just to
now that
bounce
you're
off of
broken that
Erica's
down that way, okay, I'm with that. Okay,
but to
I
bounce off
was
of
just
Erica's point, I'm all here for the chaos, so I'm actually being messy. I don't care.
Me too.
This show
Me
has
too.
done me
I'm
no
not
favors, so I can be,
gonna, I'm not
I
gonna
can
act
whisper the chaos. But on a real note, bouncing off of Erica's point, I also am just tired of this show putting little moments like this into the episode as if it's supposed to mean something, and then they don't do anything with it. So if you're gonna
Mm,
put some moment like that in between these two characters, then rock with that. Do something with it. But all these little leftover storylines that they like, these little crumbs they like to drop in there, and they could actually be right stories if or interesting stories if they develop them right and not make them trite and juvenile. Like you can actually do something with them, but they choose not to.
yeah.
Like, but actually follow through this time. So that's all I'm saying. I don't know where it's gonna go, but don't put it in the episode where it's loud enough for enough of us to see it and not do anything with it.
Yeah, because I mean, like, there needs to be a connection between like the universe of like Crenshaw, where I guess Jordan and Layla, you can say, are involved in Crenshaw, and then Beverly. And Cassius doesn't have any friends. So if you connect Layla and Cassius, make them friends, that's a loophole, that's a way, because he clearly doesn't like Jordan. So it's not going to be through Jordan. So if you have it be through Layla, you can kind of bring those worlds together even more, because there is still that kind of disconnect in the show.
Mm.
yeah.
And it,
But
and yeah.
I'm not gonna act like I want Jordan and Layla together. I'm not gonna. If she was to be with Cassius, I wouldn't care. I would like that.
I gotta know how old he is before I sign off on that. I gotta know how old he is.
Right. Yeah, we do need to know. We need to know. But I'm with Micah. I am not. I've never been a Jordala fan. So a fan stan. I could care
No,
less.
that is too old for Layla. He's no.
Said Cassius is.
No, he's way too old for Layla. I don't
How
care.
old do
Y'all
you
don't
think
need to
he
know
is,
the age.
though? He's not like
I don't need
50.
to know the age. He's too old. If he's at this point in his marriage, he's too
Age ain't
old.
nothing but a number.
I mean,
Mm-mm. Not in this case.
but I do need to know who Cassius is, though, because I definitely don't
Mm.
feel safe with him. I don't know what his problem is. I need to know, why doesn't your wife want to be with you? I would like to know that
Yes.
answer, because if she don't want to be
Yeah.
with you, if she seemed like a fine lady, then I don't want you anywhere near it, Layla. Actually,
Yeah,
not even as a friend.
yeah.
I would
But
like to
not
know
Like
what
even
your
just
Jordan,
that.
intentions
Not even
are.
just that. Okay, if she don't want to be with you, because it's like, okay, but then there's also three sides to every story, and you seem
There
very
is.
genuine and wanting to fight for your relationship. This episode to me
Oof.
went out of its way to give more proof of, like, actually we probably don't need his side of the story, because if you walking around just angry and you can't control your emotions, then maybe that's why her ass don't want to be with you. I wouldn't want to be with your ass either.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But I mean, she doesn't
And
want to
like,
be with
what
him
is
enough to be separate. She wants to. There's a clear, like, from the first episode, that the separation is something that she is very comfortable with. So I mean, maybe not to say it as bluntly as she doesn't want to be with you, but she doesn't want to be with you enough in this state or whatever
Yeah,
got you to this state to even want to be in the same house. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
enough there. So enough disdain. So I would like to know why.
yeah,
Like, what is your problem? Because you're not
And
giving us much support right
I
now.
feel like Layla could get that out of him. Like
mm-hmm,
she
She
could be the
could.
person that asks these questions, because he did tell her, duty got in the way. She never got the clarification as to what duty was exactly. Neither did we. So that could
Well,
be the person who explains that too, and so we understand more about why he's in the situation he's in right now with his marriage.
Yeah.
I mean, to Micah's point, like there has to be a bridge. Like if the whole point is for them to be able to mesh these worlds together as of now, then Cat Cassius has no friends. So
Yeah,
it has to be through somebody. I don't
Hmm.
Preach is gonna
yeah,
be out of the way because you don't even be in Beverly like that. Like all these characters just don't really make sense. But like Layla, just because they made it a point to add another scene with the two of them in the second episode. If it was Coop and him, I would have been like, okay, Coop can be the bridge. But since it's Layla, then that's what I said. They shouldn't have put that interaction in the
Yeah.
episode if they didn't
yeah.
want me to laugh.
His only friend can't be his son. That it doesn't make sense. If his only friend can't be his son.
Well, Billy's only friend was Spencer, so
Well,
it's
that's
possible.
true.
That ain't
You're right.
true. That's the only friend he cared about. Just like the only son he cared about. But he had other ones. He just ain't.
True. He did have Grace. He did have
Ooh, in
Grace.
the end, he had Preach, but Preach was down the line. And yes, I mean, I guess Grace, but that
And
was,
he had
I,
arch nemesis turned friend, uh,
yeah,
D'Angelo.
yes, yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot about
Carter.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
okay. Now that you guys have broken it down like that, I could see that. All right.
Kobe, we're not
Yep,
doing this
y'all
again this year. I'll tell you that.
doing what?
You are not putting up all types of red flags and stop signs at every point that we make and then coming at the end and being like, well, now that you guys have said that, no, you get 4 of them.
Uh,
You've used 1. You have 3
okay.
left.
Yeah. Yeah. I. Okay, but
3.
overall,
Yeah,
solid
and like,
episode. Beautiful
mhm.
gowns. It was alright. I mean, I liked it, especially the end.
When
When
Olivia
Jordan said,
has
"I
their
want you to."
baby.
Oh my
No, not that. I was
God.
going to talk about when Jordan offers Khalil to come to the team,
Oh,
come play for me. I like that. Yeah,
that was
yeah.
solid. The best
Uncle,
throwback that they
Uncle.
had. But that's because this boy can act. This boy make me
Yes,
want to
I
cry. I
love
just look at
Yeah.
him and be like, maybe I should be crying right now. Should I cry?
Khalil.
And I didn't
I
think he was a good actor, that good of an actor, because I saw him in Greenleaf, but he didn't have a big role. He was very much, he was Grace's daughter's boyfriend in the show. He didn't have that big of a role, but I remember him being in Greenleaf. So I didn't know, like, did he have the acting chops? But he's been great. I think they should, because I think All American needs a main character. Yes, it's an ensemble, but like in the earlier season, Spencer was it. Spencer was the guy. Everything was centered around him. And if you gotta get a main character, something to tie everything together, I think Khalil should be that person. If you
Yeah.
gotta pick somebody.
Yeah,
Yep.
Khalil is solid. That's really my sweet pea for real. Like I really like protect him at all costs because I just
Protect
think there's
him.
such great story there. It definitely feels like it's redemption from what could have been with the Sean story.
Mm,
Had they
Yeah.
had sort of kept him on and expanded that more. And so I just feel like his acting is really good. I'm like if any character I'm leaning into, it's Khalil.
yeah,
So
me
I
too.
just feel like if I could take anything away from this episode, I feel like if we stick with Khalil and what's going on, and I think partnering him up with Jordan, um, is great.
Yes.
Then I can
It's going
that's
to do a
something
world
I
of
can
good for
stick to.
Jordan.
It sure is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Similar
it
to
sure is.
how, coming into Spencer's life and mentoring Spencer really, I mean, it ain't fixed Billy completely, but it definitely put him on a better path as a person to grow as a man. I think that investing in a character like Khalil and rubbing up against all of his rough edges and what is going to take who is going to take Jordan to be to really help this boy save his own life, that is going to be wonderful for Jordan Baker's character.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
I think
and twisted in so many good ways. I can see it, and I'm like, thank the Lord. Like it did. It
yep.
took us 7 seasons, y'all. It took us 7 seasons.
17.
Good
All
The
right,
grief.
road was
gentlemen.
long. The
Uh,
road was long, but
do
we
you?
are here. And I think Jordan is gonna grow up this season, like genuinely
Mm,
grow up. And I think it's going to like this is the most likable Jordan has been since
Yeah.
Simone. Like
Yes, Lord.
I'm not even joking. I don't like Jordan, and I actually like I've liked him.
Yeah.
He's good. He
It's so
doesn't do too
refreshing.
much.
It's
He's
been
not.
refreshed.
I agree.
No, I mean, Jordan's gonna do some lot of growing.
Kofi, you
And I
sound
don't
far
know.
away.
Oh, my bad. I was just gonna say that Jordan is gonna do a lot of growing up, and I don't know if I need to know what. I just hope Khalil cold as they say he is, so he can, humble Yassi and put him in his place and take his QB spot. That's what I need to see.
But what is
For
his
real.
position? I would like to know what his position is or what he's playing.
Quarterback,
That's what
QB.
Khalil. That's what Khalil is playing.
Yep.
Because I never got a
QB.
firm. I never got a full firm confirmation about what his position was when he used to play.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm assuming it's
I think based
quarterback because he
on
was able. I'm assuming it's QB because he called out how Yassi could have had 5 touchdowns because he didn't read the coverages right. So that's
Yeah, but that
that's
doesn't
the
mean
only.
he's. It doesn't mean that that's a QB spot. Like a defender could read that. Like it doesn't really. That doesn't really determine what position he's gonna play. So I don't think
yeah, I
there's
think
clarification about that yet until we get the
in the
clarification.
promo in one of the promos, Yasi is shouting at Khalil, telling him that this is my team, and so I think that's why he probably is quarterback, and he's gonna take that position from Yasi because he was shouting at him like, "Oh, this is my team," and it was a thing. So I
Oh, well,
think that's
good. Because I don't. Yasi can go. I'm. I'm tired of that boy. I don't even know
Yes.
what his purpose is other than to be an antagonist. I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's fun. I don't think it's flirty. I think it's very annoying to have him as a character to just be a trigger to Khalil. Like if that is your trope, then that's old and tired too, and you can
Hello.
go. So Khalil can take that spot tomorrow because I'm standing 10 toes down behind Khalil. Okay,
Period.
Why
not
is he messing with a dude that he knows is a Crip affiliated? Like he can, like that doesn't make any sense. Like, don't you have common sense?
Apparently not.
no none.
All right, y'all. Any last thoughts before we get ready to wrap up? No,
I
everybody said
mean,
everything.
I hope. I mean, I hope for the best. I hope episode 3 hits, and you know, just give me a little bit more on KJ, bro. Just something a little bit more, something deeper. Like why? Like I need that for it to be cooking. Because everybody else, I think I have a clear definition of where their character is going a little bit, except for KJ. So that's kind of what I need.
I don't know if we're getting anything deeper when
um
it comes to KJ. Now that I really think about it, I think that he's a
I
runner.
I don't. I don't know if there's anything like, I think he's a nice enough kid and, you know, likable, but I don't necessarily know like what's there other than what we've seen. Like no shade.
You,
Another pretty
you think
face.
it'll be
Kind
a
of like
push and
Tori.
pull between him and his dad, like that?
yeah, I don't
How the toll between coach and son? You think we'll see any of that?
No.
I think
I don't know if I really care, to be
I
honest.
think
There's
he's
it's
just
yeah.
been
going to fall in
different.
line on the field because that's what he did today
Mm,
or yesterday.
The only
I
thing I
mean,
could see for KJ is jealousy over Amina and Khalil and football. That's it.
And
If Khalil was QB and he's an up and coming Q, okay, now we got something.
oh, that's Micah.
Now we
Now I
got
can.
something.
That's more than a pretty face.
But then
But
that's
I
just going
also
to slide
do.
his ass right into that Jordan Baker spot, which I
Yeah.
mean, fine. Brown skin Jordan
There
Baker,
you
I'm
go.
fine.
Wait, Micah, take it back. Take it
There you
back.
go.
He
I
followed
mean,
the
I'm not
thread
mad
and
at it though because he's black. First of all, not to say that Jordan isn't black,
Nah,
but
at
Jordan is
least
biracial,
he's
so that's
black.
different. And they already started us off with his like not his villain origin story, but his angst origin, right? Like he's dealing with parents in a separation on a way to a divorce. He got uprooted from the team that he was stellar at. He was that guy. Now he's being thrown like a fish out of water into this new place. They gave us plenty of things to set up. He's already has the entitlement. He already has the prettiness. Clearly he gets women. Great. I'm not necessarily mad if he now moves in the like Jordan jealousy way, because I feel like he has all these other unresolved emotions that he don't know how to deal with. So it makes sense of how that pops up and how the jealousy builds.
Yep. Jordan Baker without the daddy issues.
Well,
And
just could
without
be
the
some
racial
type of
issues.
daddy issues because we just don't know what the hell's going on with Cassius. um, yeah, I don't. This is
I
interesting.
think, I think I'm not fully sold. I only like one person, and that I don't think one person is gonna be enough. So I think
Mm.
need to these other characters need to catch up. To
Mm.
Steven, I don't care.
At least one or two of them,
You're
yeah.
boring.
Like I
Yeah.
do love
So
her, though. I love the actress. I love the actress. I love the vibe, but I just there's something missing, and maybe it's okay that the development is not all for full force right now, but I need a little bit more.
I feel like if they gave
yeah.
us more well-rounded coverage of Cassius, then we might be all right. Because then we would have Khalil, we would have Jordan, and we would have Cassius.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, maybe yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, something's missing. Like for me in terms of like the interest moving forward.
I
But
think maybe I don't know. Maybe it's the end goal because we had an end goal with Spencer.
Oh yeah, we don't know what
I
it
just
is
we
here.
don't have an end goal.
oh, that's probably what it
Mm-hmm.
is. That's
Ooh.
probably what it is. And we're just floating. So it's like you need some
Ooh.
end goal so that way I can finally like feel like
Yeah.
you're either trying to stay in the past or you're trying to move forward into something else. And
Yeah.
if
Do
you
we
are
feel
going to
like we
try to
got
give
an
us a
end
remix of
goal?
the old, then I would
I
like to know
mean,
that.
do we have a feeling like we know what it is for Khalil? Like he just wants better. Like is that's been established, right? Like he just wants to, get out of whatever he's into and just be better. But we don't know it for everybody else, so I think
But
that's what's
even with
missing.
Khalil, it's not enough. Like we do know that, but that's not enough because for him to just stay alive, like we could move you in with Jordan and Layla and Beverly and transfer you and you would stay alive and that would be it. So with him it's
Right.
gonna be the evolving of like his actual ambitions and him actually coming up with things to look forward to other than just being alive, because just being better and alive is not enough either to hang the show on.
Yeah. At the
Mm.
end of the day, it's literally like, what is your dream? And what we want to see that. What is the dream for not just him, but KJ? Is the dream the NFL? What is the dream for like all of them? Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what that is. Because we knew what the dream was for Spencer. Um, and that's why I feel like I understand Micah's point of like if there's going to be a main focus for the new generation, who is going to be the main focus? Because I'm sorry, but the way they do ensemble, no. Like
Yeah.
you need to pick an anchor first, and then everything else can blossom from that.
Yeah.
But just like them floating in the wind, that's not going to
Yep.
work. So if you are going to follow the blueprint, if anything that you're going to take from the original blueprint, you need to focus on one character. And if it's going
Yeah.
to be Khalil, let it be Khalil. If it's going to be Amina, let it be Amina. If it's going to be KJ, let it be KJ. And start from there and work your way out. Other than like, if
Yeah.
not, then we're just out here,
Yeah.
and I could be watching something else
Yeah.
That's it. That's exactly it. It's got to be
because we've done
somebody.
this. We've done this before.
And I
Yep.
think maybe they don't know who it is because I think maybe they're introducing these characters and then seeing who do we gravitate to, who do we pick, and then maybe they'll pick somebody from that. Maybe that's it. Because maybe like maybe that's why they haven't like put the spotlight on one person. They want to see
Probably.
how the everybody reacts to it and see who we're rooting for.
Yeah.
Which
It
is
also needs to push the
unfortunate because
writers.
Lord knows the vocal audience online is not a good scope for great story make. I'm just saying.
No, and all like
Mhm.
Twitter already, they're already that's why I feel like they need to establish an identity because already if you don't establish it, these little fans are gonna establish it for you, and then you ain't never gonna escape because I've already seen the little comparisons. Everyone's locked into these relationships. What's going on with Khalil and Amina? Well, now what's going on with Tori and KJ? Like they're already fixating on the romance aspect, and we not even there yet. Like there's not
Okay,
even
so
enough drama.
y'all, I watched the show on the CW.com, and this is the first time I've ever seen them characterize the show when it has the genre underneath. It said romance drama. I said, was that always like
Huh.
that?
I mean, with the way how they turned after mid season three, you would have believed it was a romance drama because that's all they were given for like 4, 5, 6.
I thought it was always
That's,
dubbed like teen
Young adult,
sports
no?
drama.
I thought it was teen
Oh,
drama.
But it's no, I didn't see a
Mm.
teen listed there. It said romance drama, comma drama. I said, oh,
girl.
Maybe they're now self-aware what it is now. Like I don't know, maybe. It's like the only
See,
child.
scripted
see,
show left on the CW.
see. The
So
fans told them, the little Spalivians told them in season three, this is what it's gonna be, and you see they did not get off that train. So that's what I'm saying. If
And
there's
then they
mm,
they got did you see the article where NK spoiled that they're having twins?
No.
oh
yes,
yeah, I saw that.
I saw
Tori,
I
that.
saw that.
Tori, oh God. Like it was the
Ori and Billy.
perfect script. They got it straight off of Wattpad. I'm not joking. They got it. They wrote it. They saw
Well,
it and
hold
they were
on.
like, no.
I mean, is that far fetched? I mean, she's a twin. Jordan's a twin. I mean, genetics is a weird thing. It's not that
We don't
far fetched
care.
to think
That's
she
the
wouldn't have
T.
twins.
Kofi, we don't care.
The
And
T
if
is
they
we
were
don't
going to
care,
keep
Kofi.
on,
Okay,
if
okay,
we
okay.
were going
God
to keep
damn.
on being haunted by the ghost of Spalivia and Spalivia passed, they what was the point of them leaving if we were never going to leave? Is what I'm saying.
Then
It's either new
they're just
generation
supposed.
or it's Spalivia plus new generation. Like nobody cares about her having twins. I don't care. Sorry.
Like we didn't need
I
to
mean,
know.
there's
She could have called.
well,
She called Spencer.
she's
She could have called.
yeah.
I mean, you obviously
Well, she's
care,
probably.
Kofi, so that's okay. If you care about the storyline, that's
I
great.
didn't.
But they told
I
me new
no. Honestly.
generation.
I mean, yeah, I mean, but I also don't think like there's just only supposed to be guest appearances, so it's not like this is gonna be a whole dedicated storyline. So if they get a little tidbits there, I'm not really bothered by it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at with it, honestly. You know, but hey,
Right, but going as far as to
you know
tell
what?
us what the kids are and what their names are going to be is way, way more than just guest appearances, little tidbits. Now you're getting into the depth of the lore of this that we don't actually need. That's the point, Kofi.
Right. And
Yeah,
NK
she
Oh
said
yeah,
said
that.
like
and
And the showrunner
NK
said
said
that,
that.
not me. So I'm just going
Yeah,
off of
she
what the
did.
showrunner made it a point to say that. So she didn't need to give that tidbit. She'd be like, yeah, we saw the little pregnancy test. We confirmed that Olivia's pregnant. Cool. Like, we don't got to see them until the finale if that's the case. But the putting the whole, the twin bit
And
in the
to name them
interview
the
of
dad's
having,
names, that is
right, like,
specific on
that's
point
taking it a
because you're
bit too
trying to
far.
draw attention to it.
Right.
I
Like,
don't think they mentioned the names. That was just me joking, but the twins thing I did see. So yeah.
like she actually
Mm.
like she didn't in the article or in the interview. She said, this is a storyline that we wanted to pursue. Like she didn't say this is just for the guest appearance and she's never coming back. She said that when Spencer comes, they're gonna continue talking about it. It's a storyline.
The
Okay.
spooling it is crazy work, but go for it.
I mean,
Just tell
I
me
guess they
which
got to
I
make
exact
mean,
sure.
episodes so that I can maybe not watch those. Since it's going to be a
I
bunch of
didn't
okay.
see that.
information that I don't need on them.
I mean,
No, okay.
It will be cool to see my boy Spencer again when he does come back. Because I was the hero of this story, so just to see him would be. And darn, so yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna hate it as much as the people hated it when they saw Olivia on their screen. I'm not going. I don't think you guys will have that visceral reaction when Spencer's appears again. I would
Well, no one
assume that.
well, no
If
one
he's
said
with
that
that
we
lady
were.
and them babies, I will. I can already promise you.
I didn't. I
Well, I don't know about all that. I mean, she just found out, so it's not like they're gonna do a significant time. So
well,
yeah.
I'm glad you have such
Mhm.
insight, Kofi. Shoot, maybe
Okay.
he's in the writers' room because I mean, I don't know.
All right,
Like maybe
y'all.
there's not
Seriously.
a good
I'm getting up
point
out of here. I didn't give it
to
all I
push
could
the
give,
crap
way
on.
more than I thought I was going to give to discussing this. I appreciate y'all for joining me and coming back to reuniting this way. We will be back again next Tuesday to go live again with whatever they decide to
Nice.
give us. Bless their
Well,
hearts.
hopefully episode 3 hits. I'm gonna pray. Beautiful gowns. Episode 3 hits. Beautiful gowns. Smile, smile, smile. All right, y'all. Good night,
Good
y'all.
night.
No.
Again,
Yeah.
thank y'all for joining me. Be on the lookout for my breakdown, my episode 2 breakdown, which is already done. I literally just have to finish editing it and post it. Again, I don't talk about Coop in it. I'm sorry, y'all, but I touch on everything else for the most part. Again, we will be back here next Tuesday, same time, same place. Hopefully, stronger story. Hopefully. I do want to go into my Harlem live next, so just give me about 10 minutes, and then I will be back on live to talk about Harlem and that incredible short season that they gave us in season 3, as well as the entire series. We'll be talking about it all. So if you have watched Harlem, then please be sure to keep it locked right here on Erica Vane TV. I will be back live to talk about that. We'll be live again tomorrow to talk about Sisters, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for the family business if you're watching that. Again, thank y'all all for joining. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate you all, and I will see you in the next one.